Hare Krishna.
Hare
So, yes, welcome everyone. So, today we're going to continue on chapter 8. So sorry that we supposed to have this morning in the program in the morning, but I had something very urgent popped up. So I have no choice. But anyway, thanks to all to join at in the evening. So today is a very auspicious day. 10th August 2024, Saturday. We're going to discuss on chapter 8. And this is going to be a very interesting chapter and very awakening. Okay, this chapter will be like, it creates so much of awakening. So until chapter 7, I start to see like so many devotees call me and messaged me personally, and they start to say that the amount of transformation that they have that gone through, all the things that happen just within these 7 days. And imagine, all right, there's another 11 chapters to go, and just imagine that how the transformation, the life, or the way that we look at the life perspective, everything going to change. Okay, so before we start, as usual, is there any reflection or anything that you like to share after yesterday's class? Any takeaway, any kind of aha? That means any idea that you never thought about it, and you get anyone like to share?
Yes, Prabhu. Well,
Yes.
I don't know how this comment will be taken, but I think the takeaways, the transformation comes because of the teacher. Because I think personally from my learning, if we don't meet a good teacher, then no matter what we do, we'll still be in circles. So for me, all the benefits come because of the opportunity for us to cross paths. So, Prabhu, I'm truly thankful, and of course, it's really an honor to meet you, Prabhu. The way you present the Gita is not is something that reaches the heart. It's just not from the head, or it's just not parroting the common phrases that we find in any religious teachings. It's just not parroting that, but you actually touch the heart. So, Prabhu, thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Prabhu. Actually, nothing of my effort, but it's just merely actually I'm parroting, all right? What I've heard, what I've with the practical application. Say, like for instance, many people read Bhagavad Gita in a many different ways. Okay, but I presenting in a very practical way, the way that I see the world, the way that I apply Bhagavad Gita. So all glories to Srila Prabhupada for creating such opportunity, and also to all my Shiksha Guru who have taught me accordingly. And I'm just repeating. Anyway, thank you so much, Prabhu. I'm grateful to you. Anyway, I'm very happy that the effort we have taken, like a few days ago, there's one devotee asked me, a new boy, he asked me, first when I saw that you had so many people, but now you start to see that people who come for the program start reducing until we start to have around 5 or 6 people joining a class. So he asked, aren't you upset or this thing, because he also does training. So he asked me that you don't get frustrated when you see less participants, less students join in and everything. That's why I said that as long as if we have expectation, of course there will be frustration. But what I am doing is basically I'm just trying my best to serve Krishna, to serve Srila Prabhupada in best possible way. Even 1% join the class, even 1% he joins the class, it's considered that my effort is very is worth it. Okay, even 1% come for the class, the effort is worth it. Okay, it is not say that there's nothing to be very frustrated about, because as what we have studied yesterday, Manushyanam Sahasresu, out of thousands of men, Okay, only one may affect for perfection, endeavor for perfection. And out of all the one who have endeavored for perfection, one rarely knows me in truth. So if I get an opportunity to discuss this topic and to present the truth behind Bhagavad Gita, it's considered that my effort is successful. Even when you look at the preface of Bhagavad Gita, when Prabhupada explains, writes, he said, even if one person becomes a pure devotee of the Lord, I consider my attempt a success. So he came all the way from India. He created such a big movement. He wanted to create a big transformation. But still he says, if one person make it, I'll think I'm successful. So what I'm doing, I'm just following what I've heard and what I've studied. All right. Okay, Cheong Prabhu.
So, Prabhu, I recall the incident of Sri Prabhupada. You make me think, because one day the disciple they try to gather people for the program. Then when Prabhupada was there, but they cannot find none. The people didn't turn up. So they were very upset, and they tell Prabhupada they're very sorry. But Prabhupada answered him, don't you see there's so many people that even Narada Muni is there?
Yes. Exactly. But of course, I am not into that level. I can't see anything beyond what I can see myself. And of course, what Cheong Prabhu was telling, there was a situation where they were supposed to have a program, and a disciple was arranging the program, but end up nobody turned up. So when no one turns up, Prabhupada was talking as though was just giving a class, as though people were sitting there. And he said, I'm so sorry, Prabhupada, no one turns up. He said, can't you see who's sitting right in front of me? And that incident that makes, because we must understand when we study Gita, of course, not only we are benefiting. Okay, I think as we go on, we will look into it, that every living entity will benefit from this program or this recital of Bhagavad Gita and chanting and reading, because along with us, we are sitting here, there are so many other living entities are here. That's why I think in Bhakti what they call what book is that? Harinama Chintamani, it says, when you chant here, see a spot that you chant 500 meters in circumference or 500 feet in circumference. Okay, everyone will be purified. Just imagine 500 feet. Okay, that means you're sitting here. From here, 500 feet around you, everyone will benefit. That is how potent is chanting of Hare Krishna. And similarly, even Bhagavad Gita, the place that you read and recite, there's the people that all around you, all will get the benefit. Thank you so much, Prabhu, for sharing that. Anybody else like to share any realization or any reflection? Anyone? Okay. So if there's no one, so let's start our program today. So today we're going to discuss chapter 8. This chapter 8, okay, it's the starting of this confidential part of the Gita. Okay, the full confidential part of the Gita. And yesterday we have covered on the knowledge of the absolute. Okay, for those who, just to recap, where we started our Gita, how we started. First is setting the scene. When we said the first thing is setting the scene, means observing the armies in this thing. That place where Arjuna became upset, he became frustrated. Okay, he became upset and frustrated and distressed to see all his family members right in front of him, especially his grandfather Bhishma and Drona, teacher Drona, they're ready to fight. So he thinks killing an elderly people of the family, kinsman, it's sinful. So he doesn't want to fight. And chapter 2, Krishna starts with contents of Gita summarized. So contents of Gita summarized means the entire things that what we're going to study in Gita is summarized in chapter 2 to pacify Arjuna. Okay. And chapter 3, Krishna starts with Karma Yoga, how we can do things without expectation. So that's a peace process. So whenever we have expectation, that's when the suffering and the stress will come. Okay. Then after that, we went to the chapter 4. Chapter 4, Krishna starts with transcendental knowledge. And after that, chapter 4, transcendental knowledge, then he went to chapter 5, Karma Yoga. How we can engage in action in Krishna conscious. How we should act, okay, in Krishna conscious. And chapter 6, we studied about Dhyana Yoga. And Dhyana Yoga is the place where Krishna suggested the way of meditation to achieve perfection. But when Arjuna heard all this, he said, that's it, I think I can't do it. It seems to be very impossible. And Krishna agreed, yes, it is impossible. But after that, he said, with proper practice and patience, it is possible. All right. Then after that, we came to the confidential part, because the first 6 verses, this thing is the front, the last 6 and the middle 6. Now we are coming to the middle 6, which is the most confidential part of the knowledge. So the first thing, we start with knowledge of the absolute. So in knowledge of the absolute, we understood the situations of Krishna, because Krishna start to reveal. He said there are so many people out there. Fools derides me when I come in the form of a human being. Okay, everybody thinks that I'm a human being, and they cannot recognize me. Okay, and also he suggested the 4 types of people who will never surrender to Krishna, like grossly foolish, those who are atheistic, those who are lower in mankind. So then those knowledge stolen by illusion. So these are the 4 types of people will never come to me. Then after that, he also shared who are the 4 types of people who will come to me. Okay, and the 4 types of people who comes to me, the one who are in distress, the one who are inquisitive, the one who are seeking for absolute truth, and the one who are seeking for wealth. Okay, they want wealth and money, so they come to Krishna. But after that, Krishna also says, but all these people are magnanimous soul. All these 4 types of people who approach him, still they are considered the best. But after that, he says, but among all these persons, the one who knows me in truth, the one who knows me, knows my activity, knows who know about me, these are the people will come to me. Okay, so in chapter 7, the conclusion is, what we try to understand is, Krishna wants us to know him. Okay, it is not like any type of person. He says like, what do you call that? That God is formless, God has no form, God is wind, God is air, God is doesn't exist. It doesn't have a form, because the form is not inconceivable for human being. Human being cannot conceive how the God looks like, because the God is so huge and great, and we are so tiny and minute. How can we suppose to know God and all these things? That's what the outside religious, most of the religious movement, they speak about that. All right, they call Brahmavad. That means the formless God. But here Krishna says, if you want to come to me, if you want to receive, you have to know me. All right, you have to know me. So that's the first thing. So you have to know me, and somehow so know me, my activities. Those who know my activities, my pastimes. Okay, these are the people who will come to me. So Krishna wants us to know him. Okay, so today we're going to discuss on chapter 8. Chapter 8 is the title of the chapter 8 is Attaining the Supreme. Okay, attaining the Supreme. How? By remembering Lord Krishna in devotion towards one life. Okay, to remember Krishna in devotion towards one life, and especially at the time of death. Okay, one can attain his supreme abode beyond this material world. Okay, so we can go to the, that's what chapter 8. Chapter 8 title is Attaining the Supreme. And now Krishna is going to reveal to us how that we can do it. Okay, so okay, so before we start, let's do our Mangala Charan. That means we are offering prayer to all our preceptor, all our spiritual masters, Krishna and Radharani. So we are we are offering our pranam, or our gratitude to them for us to that we got opportunity to have this, to study this Bhagavad Gita. Okay, because it is only by the mercy of this great personality like spiritual master and the previous acharyas, and also by Krishna, Radha Krishna himself. So Radha Krishna himself is the one who decides who can know about him. All right, so who can know about him? So we offer our obeisance to them and create Mangalacharan. Mangalacharan means like creating a auspiciousness before we start a program. Okay, let's all of us hold our hand and in meditation, let's chant this mantra. Om Ajnanatimirandasya Gyananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Sri Guruve Namaha Sri Chaitanya Manovistam Stapidam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Sri Guru Sri Uttapadakamalam Sri Gurun Vaishnavamscha Sri Rupam Sagarajadam Shahagana Raghunathan Vidam Tam Sajivam Satvaitam Savaduta Parijana Saitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Sri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Sri Vishakan Vidamscha He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dina Bandho Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Stude Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prishtaya Bhutale Srimade Jayapataka Swaminiti Namine Namacharya Padaya Nitai Kripa Pradayine Gaurakada Damadaya Nagaragrama Tarine Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prishtaya Bhutale Srimade Bhakti Vedanta Swaminiti Namine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Pashatya Deshatarine Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadara Shiva Shari Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Everybody, let's chant this Hare Krishna mantra 3 times. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskritya Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayamudiraye. Nasta Prayesu Abhadresu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavate Uttama Shloke Bhaktir Bhavati Naishtiki. Hare Om Tat Sat. Hare Krishna. Okay, so with that prayer, with that meditation, so today ISKCON Ipoh by ISKCON First Garden Ipoh, First Garden Namahat Center Ipoh proudly presents Gita Gyan in collaboration with ISKCON Malaysia. The Essence of Bhagavad Gita, Chapter 8. So let's offer our obeisances to Sri Sri Jagannath Baladev Subhadra. As I think we have discussed this before, how Lord Jagannath appeared. Lord Jagannath is a very unique deity. He came in the form which is with big eyes, dilated pupil. That means the middle, the cornea is dilated. So that means he's like, we were so mesmerized with a big smile, and his hand is pointing up frontward, that he's just willing to, that means he just want to hug. He want to hug. So this deity of Jagannath, on the left hand side, okay, this is Jagannath, and on the left hand side is called Balaram. Balaram is actually Krishna's first expansion. Okay, Krishna has multiple expansion, but first initially Krishna expanded as Balaram. And what are the things Balaram came as? During the Ram Leela, at the time of Lord Ramachandra, Balaram came as a Lakshmana. Okay, so in Krishna Leela, of course, he came as Balaram. So like that, he followed, and in the form of Mahavishnu that lies on the ocean of milk, on a bait, on an Ananda Shesha, that means the snake bait, and the Ananda Shesha is Balaram. And Balaram is always very intimate to Krishna. And the one that he sees in the middle is called Subhadra Devi. So Subhadra Devi means that is Krishna's Yoga Maya. So that Yoga Maya energy is the one that's the one that covers Krishna's identity and also reveal Krishna's identity. Okay, that is Yoga Maya. Okay. In yesterday's chapter, we studied that I don't reveal myself. I don't reveal myself to, even though that he was there in that kingdom, many people have seen Krishna, but Duryodhana, Dhritarashtra, and all these people couldn't, Karna, all don't understand Krishna as the Supreme Personality because it has been covered, and the one that covers is the energy of all Yoga Maya. So these are the three deities, and Yoga Maya is the original Durga. Okay, she's also called as Subhadra, the original of Durga. So her expansion is opposite of her is Mahamaya, that one that controls us in this material world. That is a three mode of material nature. So let's pay obeisances to Sri Sri Jagannath Paradi Subhadra, Jagannatha Swami, Nayana Patakami, Bhavatumi. So today we dedicate our program, chapter 8, the reading, to His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada, founder Acharya of the International Society for Krishna Consciousness. So today we pray to Srila Prabhupada so that we get the understanding. All right. There's so many people have read or attempt to read Bhagavad Gita. But we pray to Srila Prabhupada, who is our eminent guru. That means the eminent guru, the Jagat Guru, the guru for everyone. We pray to him that with his causeless mercy, we will be able to study and understand and reflect Srimad Bhagavad Gita and make Bhagavad Gita as our lifestyle. And of course, I will dedicate this program to His Grace Anadi Jagannath Prabhu of Bengaluru Ishpan Shishadipuram, creator and brainchild of the essence of Gita program worldwide. If there is any benefit or if there is any what they call any praises or gratefulness, like how Prabhu was offering just now to me, everything belongs to Anadi Jagannath Prabhu. If there's no Anadi Jagannath Prabhu, we may not have this kind of fantastic way of presenting Bhagavad Gita. So I do not take any credit. All my credit, whatever it is, your gratefulness, whatever it is, all I offer it to Anadi Jagannath Prabhu, because by his mercy, we have a chance to discuss Bhagavad Gita in such a fantastic way, in a very scientific, very approachable, and very, in a very systematic way. The way that he arranges all the slides, okay? And he told me that where the things that you should change, fantastic, okay? So everything I'll dedicate to His Grace, Anadi Jagannath Prabhu. Okay, let's look at today's Mahatmya. Just give me a second. Okay, sorry. So let's look at today's Mahatmya. Okay, today's Gita Mahatmya or Magime in Tamil, the glories of the Bhagavad Gita. Okay, now let's see what Krishna says here. Gitaya Pustakam Yatra. Gita means Bhagavad Gita. Pustakam means book. Yatra means pilgrimage. Gitaya Pustakam Yatra. Yatra Nitya Patascha Vartate. Tatra Sarvani Tirtani Prayagadini Bhutale. So this one is come from Sri Vaishnava Tantra Sara text 40. And this is extremely inspiring. This is extremely inspiring. Gitaya Pustakam Yatra Nitya Patascha Vartate Tatra Sarvani Tirtani. Sarvani Tatra, that is Sarvani. All Tirtani means place of pilgrimage. Prayag means the place called pilgrimage called Prayag. Prayagini Bhutale. So it says all the holy places in this universe. Okay. So it says all the holy places in this universe, such as Prayag, are eternally present wherever the Gita, the eternal book of divine song, is present. Can you imagine, dear Prabhus and mothers? Think of it. So the book that we are talking about, Bhagavad Gita, as you go on, you start to realize so many wonderful things about it. And this is the secret. He says that all the holy places in the universe, he's not even mentioning. He's not mentioning in the world. It is saying in the entire universe. We don't know what are the other holy places are there out there. Okay, we don't have much information. Even there is a lot of holy places that are hidden even in this world, which we have forgotten, or it's hidden. So Krishna says here, all the holy places in the universe, such as Prayag. Prayag is a Prayagraj. Prayagraj means among the holy places, there's a king. They call Prayagraj, the king of the holy places. And what he says are eternally, forever present wherever the Gita. So wherever, that means there's a Gita right in front of you, you have the entire holy places just right in front of you. The eternal book of divine song. Gita means divine song. All right, is present. So my dear Prabhus, Matajis, let's contemplate. Can we think about going to Badrinath, Kedrinath, Muktinath? Climbing Badrinath, Kedrinath, Muktinath is not possible unless you are extremely fit. I heard that you need to go up almost 7-8 hours journey up. All right, if you can't take it, you go on a donkey, or people will carry you on a palak, or you try to walk up. But the journey is extremely tough. Okay, and now they have that helicopter service. From here, we go up there. It's that tough. Okay, and we talk about, and how about people who are not healthy or getting old and all this? Is it possible? There are places like a deep region in the Himalayas. We may not know. So that means, in other words, when we have Bhagavad Gita, that means we have the entire place of pilgrimage in your locality. So when this entire place of pilgrimage exists in your locality, that means that place will have all kinds of auspiciousness. Mangalam. Mangalam means auspiciousness. You see that all varieties of auspiciousness exist in the place where Bhagavad Gita is kept. Okay. There will be inauspicious things, come to the place where there's auspicious things are there. Try to reflect. How many of your friends are going through some tough time? How many of your friends are struggling? Okay. They have a lot of like in Chinese they call really sui. That means terribly bad luck. You do whatever, bad luck, bad luck, bad luck. So the only solution for all these people, it is Bhagavad Gita. That's why we just went through 7 chapters, and we start to feel the divine presence. Why do we feel some kind of excitement in our heart? Hey, come on, we are just reading a book, you know. We are just reading a book. But can I think about read this book called Think and Grow Rich, Awaken the Giant Within? All right. Then how to influence people and make friends. All varieties of motivational book. You just think about it. But can they give this kind of excitement? Yes, they may give you excitement. Yes, I don't deny that. That's why the books are selling. Rich Dad, Poor Dad, all these books, they are selling widely. They are bestseller because it gives some kind of excitement. But the question is, can it give you bliss? All right, make you excited, make you so confident, at the same time give you bliss, and the bliss actually comes from within us. For the bliss that people are all trying their best, looking for in a very artificial way, like consuming alcohol, drugs, and all these kind of things. Why? Because they're just looking for that ultimate happiness. Despite all the things they have, but why they're just increasing their dose of this intoxication? Because they're not happy. No, I don't find it. Then go to the next, I don't find it. They go going until they become overdose, palm, they die. So now, this is what Bhagavad Gita is all about. So Bhagavad Gita, keep the Gita in your altar. Pray to Gita, but don't simply pray to it alone. Because the Gita is worshipped by reading. Ganga is worshipped by bathing. You cannot just take the pot of Ganga and put in front of the altar and start worshipping. No. The best way to worship Ganga is by bathing, by taking a dip. Okay. So, but the best way to worship Ganga, worship Bhagavad Gita is by studying it. So, with this reflection, we start our program. So now let's discuss on this understanding the Gita that comes from that, what do you call? From the introduction. Okay. In this world, now let's look at this. Is very interesting. In this world, men are not meant for quarreling like cats and dogs. This is the highlight. Men are not meant. We are not meant to quarrel like cats and dogs. Okay. The quarrel can be instigated over a small matter. A simple issue can create a big quarrel. Okay. Like the day I saw one quarrel which is so pathetic. Okay. This person having a tree, and that tree, now is a dry, there's a season where it's like considered like falls. I mean, all the leaves are dropping. So all the leaves drops and goes to the neighbor's house. And it became a quarrel just over the leaf go. This is a natural phenomenon. So people are all fighting and quarreling for things which is so pathetic, so like so silly. And the one who quarrels for silly things are cats and dogs. All right? Men must be intelligent. They must be intelligent for what? To realize the importance of human life. Point number two to ponder. Men must be intelligent to realize the importance of human life. How important is this human life? Okay. And to understand that, we must have intelligence. Then after that, we should refuse to act like an ordinary animal. So what is that? Refuse to act like an ordinary animal. That means we shouldn't just think about work, go to work, make money, come back home, sleep, eat, sleep, defend and mate. Eating, sleeping, defending and mating. That is not our human instinct. So we have to refuse to act like an ordinary animal, because even animal does that. Okay. The human being should realize the aim of his life. What is that aim? So what is the aim of life? He should realize it. And this direction is given in all Vedic literature. That means this direction, okay, is given in all Vedic literature. Okay. Y'all, are you following me on this? So it's given in all Vedic literature. It gives you the thing. But the difference is the essence. Okay. That means saying is the essence is given in Bhagavad Gita. In everything out there, of course, you can everything is given. Okay, everything is I mean, all that direction is given in all Vedic literature. Fair enough. But the essence is given in Bhagavad Gita. So the Vedic literature is meant for human beings, not for animals. Animals can kill other living entities. Animals can kill other living entity. Animals can kill other living animals, and there's no question of sin on their part. If a tiger kills the cow, there's no question about the sin. But if a man kills an animal for the satisfaction of his uncontrolled taste, okay, he must be responsible. He must be responsible for breaking the laws of nature. So what does that mean by breaking the law of nature? Okay, what does it mean by this thing? Breaking the law of nature. What does that mean? See, every one of us have a quota. In a human life, quota is 100 years max. For cows, their maximum quota is 20 years. The dogs and cats, 10 years. That's the quota of every living entity. And I think chicken is having a quota of 2 years. Okay. So when we kill a cow, which is now they start to kill the calf. So crazy. But say the cow, it can be killed when the thing reaches 6 months to 1 year. Okay, just say 1 year. So 1 year the cow has become so big, and this is because all the feeds and everything, they make them so big and strong. So what they do, they kill it. So when you kill a cow in a year, so the cow have to be born again to finish its quota. Until the cow finishes the quota, the cow can never come out of that body of a cow body. It never cannot be elevated from that cow body. If say a person is given a quota to be born as a dog, if he doesn't live up to 10 years, say he lives up to 5 years and die, you have to be born again and finish the quota. That means the quota in that body, 20 years, you have to finish it. And what happens if you kill it within 1 year? So the cow have to be born again for 20 times. So that means you are responsible for breaking the laws of nature. You're creating a very uneasy situation. Okay, like chicken, 3 months, siap. Imagine the chicken going to live for what, 2 years. If now it's 3 months, now I think it's even 1 month, right? With all that injection, it grows big. It can be harvestable by a month. So that means if the chicken is killed every 1 month, so that means it has to be born 24 times. Come again, born again, born again. No? So all these things, so it's all law of nature. And of course, we have to be responsible. In Bhagavad Gita, it is clearly explained that there are 3 kinds of activities according to the 3 modes of nature, different modes of nature, the 3 kinds of activity. The activities of the goodness, passion, and ignorance. Similarly, there are 3 kinds of eatable. Okay, there's 3 kinds of eatable, that is eatable in the goodness, passion, and ignorance. And that is also clearly described. What you can eat, what you cannot eat. And if we properly utilize the instruction, if we properly utilize the instruction of Bhagavad Gita, then our whole life will become purified. The whole life become purified. And ultimately, we will be able to reach the destination which is beyond this material sky. So that is what understanding of Bhagavad Gita is given in the introduction. So I hope you all get this. Okay. Now, just move on. So today, we're going to discuss chapter 8, Attaining the Supreme. Okay, let's look at this verse. Who can know Lord Krishna even at the time of death? Okay, who can know? What are the people? So it's 7:30 yesterday, chapter 7, we're just going to recap from chapter 7. Sadi bhutadi daivam mang sadi yaknam chaye vidu prayana kale picha mang te vidur yukta cheta saha. Those in full conscious of me, those in full consciousness of me, who know me, the Supreme Lord, to be the governing principle of the material manifestation of the demigods and the methods of sacrifice, can understand and know me, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, even at the time of death. So this is the qualification. Who can know? That means the one who are in full consciousness of me. Okay, that means we are in full consciousness. That means we are fully aware of Krishna, and who knows me as the Supreme Lord, the one who knows him as God, Supreme Lord, and also to be the governing body principle. The third point, governing body principle, the one that of the material manifestation. Okay, the one who handles the material manifestation and of the devatas, demigods, and of all methods of sacrifice. All the methods, how we can understand the method of sacrifice, we finish with the word swaha. Swaha means feeding unto the tongue of Vishnu. Satisfying swaha. And also we stand at Om. Om means also Krishna. Okay, can understand and know me, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, at the time of death. So now let's come to the 8.1. So now this is very interesting verse. Kim tat brahma kim adhyatmang kim karma purushottama adi bhutam cha kim proktam adi daivam kim uchyate kim tat brahma kim adhyatmang kim karma purushottama adi bhutam cha kim proktam adi daivam kim uchyate. Arjuna inquired, "Oh my Lord, oh Supreme Person." Now he start to understand Krishna. What he says, Oh my Lord. Oh, Supreme Person. What is Brahman? Now Arjuna is asking, okay, you are always talking of Brahman. What is Brahman? What is self? What are the fruitive activity? What is this material manifestation? And what are the demigods? Please explain these to me. Adi Daiva. So he said, who are these people? So the inquiry starts. When Arjuna comes here, then he starts after the chapter 7, now chapter 8. So Arjuna starts to inquire the things that what Krishna wanted to speak. So first he asks, who is the Supreme Lord? Who is the Supreme Person? So what is Brahman? What is the self? Okay, okay. What are the fruitive activities? What are these material manifestation, Prakriti? And what are the demigods, the Devatas? And please explain this to me. So that was the question Arjuna asked in chapter 8. Now, after that, he continues with this question. Adiyakna means the one enjoyer of the sacrifice. Sacrifices. Adiyakna katam kotra deheshmin madhusudana prayana kale cha katam nyeyosi niyatatmabihi. He asked, who is the Lord of sacrifice? Adiyakna. How does he live in the body? He's asking how the Lord lives in the body. Oh, Madhusudana. And how can those engaged in devotional service know you at the time of death? Do you all really want to know this question? Answer? All right. Do you have all these questions? So, I'm sorry. Do you have all these questions? Arjuna is question Krishna on your behalf. Krishna have actually questioned all this on your behalf. So, let's see what is answer. So, now let's look at all the Arjuna's inquiry. Okay. First question he asked, where do you see this thing? From verse 3 to verse 4. Okay, 3 and 4, he says, first Arjuna's query, what is Brahman? And Krishna answered, indestructible living entity. Indestructible living entity means what? The soul, Atma. Indestructible, that means the living entity that we have, this body can be destroyed, but I can never be destroyed because I am the soul. Okay, and he asked, what is Adhyatma? Adhyatma means control of the body. And Krishna answers, eternal nature, the self. Okay, eternal nature or the self is the one is called Adhyatma. Okay, then third he asks, what is karma? Okay, what is karma? Karma means work, fruitive activities. And Krishna says that karma means activity which generates a material body for the living entity. Just give me a second. It's reading. 1 second. Okay, now the question is, what is karma? And Krishna answers, activity which generates the material body for the living entity. Now let's look at this. What does that mean? See, we okay. Now, when we look at this, we have this. We have this thing called the material body. And in this material body, we are doing a lot of karma. Okay, the karma means activity. Okay, sorry, okay, anyway, just okay. So that means here we have this thing called the senses, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. What we have? We have 5 senses. Okay, so what are the senses we have? We have sight, smell, hear, taste, and touch. So we have these 5 senses. And among these 5 senses are given to us, and all these 5 senses are given to us in a very limited quota. That means in this human body, we really cannot enjoy all these things to a maximum level. Example, the smell, we only also have limitation how much we can smell. The sight, how much we can see. The hear and the taste and touch. Okay. Now, what happened? All these things constitute called, okay, to enjoy, okay, to enjoy all these things, okay, all these five senses here. Okay. So to enjoy all these things here, we call it as karma. Karma. That means what we are doing here, we are utilizing all these five elements and we are enjoying and suffering the activity. Karma. Okay. Now, so when we really look at it, what karma we do? Sometimes, okay, what is the intention of karma? Now, what is the activity? Okay, so now I want to do this, so I want, because end of the day, all our activity, it is dovetail. The ultimate goal in all our activity is basically to enjoy any of these five senses. Okay, in these five senses. So when we get this, so in these five senses. So now at the time that we leave this body, it depends what is the senses that makes you most excited. What is the senses? That means seeing, smelling, hearing, tasting, and touching. In of all these five senses, let's see which is the most excites you. You get a body accordingly. So far, so good. You all understand? Do you get my idea?
Yes, Prabhu.
Okay. Now, example, say you are the person loves to enjoy sex. That means you have a strong desire for sex. So that means, in other words, sex means is a sense of touch. Okay, the sense of, okay, the sense of touch. So what happens if a person loves to indulge in so much of sexual activity? All right. So that means he really enjoys the sense of touch. So in next birth, he will get the body where he can enjoy maximum sex life. So what is that entity that gives you maximum sex life? Is P-I-G. It's called pigeon. Someone is not, please mute yourself, somebody. Someone is unmuted, please mute. Okay. So, okay, so this is the thing. So when a person, out of these five senses in human life, he loves the sense of touch. There's the most chances, I mean, you get a body of a pigeon, because pigeon have sex every 2 hours. No, yeah, something like that. You get a body of pigeon. Okay, now another situation. What happened to a person who really loves to have the sense of taste? He just loves to eat foodie. He become a great foodie. All right, he traveled the world just to look for food. He loves to eat anything that flies, that this thing and everything. Okay, so let me see. He has the sense of taste. Okay, taste. That means the one who eats everything. Okay, the one who eats everything. That means he don't have any discrimination. Anything. Okay, he eats anything. So what happened? He takes the form of a pig, because pig eats everything. Okay, he eats everything. Even the pig eats his own stool. Okay, that's why the pig bun can be said, they say it can be very clean, because after the fleur pass and the fleur eat it himself. For him, even the stool is tasty. All right, and also it's a natural what they call cleaner. You know, all that place where the people, like all the villages, they used to go do the business under the tree. After that, pigs will come and eat it. That means eat everything. But at the same time, okay, now the question is, okay, eats everything. But the second time, the fleur who love to eat meat. Okay, what happened? He had the strong sense of taste, but he just loved it. You know, like once I've seen a guy, all right, he said, I am a strict, what they call meatarian. I say, what? He said, I'm a strict meatarian. Not a day that he can stand without eating meat. So what happened? The one who loves to eat the meat, they become a carnivore. They turn into a carnivore animal, like tiger, like lion and all these things. This is example. Okay. Now, like that. So like the sense of hearing and smelling. And so what happened? According to our desire, all right, according to our desire, that means we love to eat, sleep a lot. You know, what happened if we become a, we love to have a sleep. That means we, out of all these things, okay, we have that sense of we want to enjoy sleep. Okay, slumber. So what will happen? They will be born as a bear. All right, they're born as a bear because the bear sleeps like polar bear. They go into hibernation. So like that, there are many kinds of varieties. So in other words, your activity here today determines your future birth. All right. If we going to work so hard day and night, slog and slog and slog and slog. All right. Have you seen the people like in Japan? When I was in Japan, I was thinking, what is the purpose they work so hard? They work so terrible. They work so hard. And when they eat, they only eat a little rice. They eat a little kind of a bulletin rice with sakana, that means a kind of sliced fish, and with some of the the green color stuff paste. What do you call it? What do you call it? Sake. They used to eat with wasabi. They just put a little wasabi, and they just really eat. So what's the point? They work so hard. You see. So all these kind of people, what happened? These are the people who work so hard and dedicate their life, work with full dedication. Next birth, they'll become a dog. Okay, the dog works so hard. At the same time, the dog is very dedicated. Like that. So our activity determines our next life. Okay, our activity determines. So at the time of death, Krishna says, what is your desire? I will fulfill it. Okay. If we die thinking about the house, oh my God, my house, boom. Next day we come back to the house, become a lizard or whatever. Our own grandchildren will be like throwing stone at us. So like that. So this is some of the example. So this is what they mean by karma. So the karma is one that okay. So that's what it means by this. Okay. So karma, work or fruitive activity, which generates a material body for the living entity. So what we're going to be in next birth is determined by our karma or activity in this birth. Now, what is Adibhuta? The material manifestation. Remember that we have studied about yesterday, Mahabhuta. What is Mahabhuta? Can anyone tell me? Let's see, anyone remembers or not? Remember yesterday we discussed? I draw. Anyone? Uh-oh. No one, eh? Mahabhuta means the 5 element, air, water, ether, fire, all right, and wind, which is made of this body, and mind, intelligence, ego. Do you all remember that? Anybody?
Yes. Remember that. The gross Mahat.
Not Mahatattva, Mahabhuta.
Sorry. The gross element.
Yes, the gross element, which is made the 5 body, which is the air, water, ether, fire, and all this, and the subtle element, mind, intelligence, ego. This is called Mahabhuta. Okay, good. Thank you so much, Prabhu. So now, but what is Adibhuta? The material manifestation. So what is the problem with Adibhuta? The problem is constantly changing physical world. The world is keep changing, right? Constant changing. Adi Daiva. Adi Daiva means what? The supreme demigods. Adi means supreme. Daiva means Deva. Okay. So there's universal form which includes all the demigods and their different planets. The universal form which includes all the demigods and their different planets. So they are total of 33 million and they have all different planets. Okay. What is Adi Yakna? The enjoy of sacrifice. Who is that? The Paramatma in every embodied being. There's Krishna himself, the one Paramatma that lives in with us inside. Okay, now another thing is, okay, where it is Adi Yagna resides. Adi Yagna, the Lord of Sacrifice, he resides in the heart of all. Okay, how to remember Krishna at the time of death? Okay, let's look at this. Next slide. How we can remember Krishna at the time of death. Okay, now let's look at 8.5. Antakale chamam eva smaran muktva kalevaram ya prayati satmad bhavam na yati nastyatra sangshayaha. What does that mean? And whoever, Krishna says, at the end of his life, quits his body remembering me alone, at once attains my nature. Of that, there is no doubt. Okay, Antakale, Andakalam, at that moment. Okay, so that means at that particular moment, whoever that quits his body remembering me alone, there's nobody that we can remember our wife and remember Krishna, no such thing. Only remember he alone. Okay, he alone, at once, at that moment, he attains my nature. So, my dear friends, Prabhus and mothers, what actually we are doing, it takes a lifetime preparation. Our actual exam starts at the time of death. But of course, here, the exam is very tough. Okay, how the thing going to be tough? At that particular moment, the last breath, we will be panting for air. All right, we breathe in, we cannot breathe out, we cannot breathe in, we'll be gasping. All right, then we see that bile will start to choke the throat. Okay, and we will be struggling, we will be in anxiety, we will be in severe stress. They say the time of death is equivalent to 1,000 snake bite. It's going to be very painful, horrible. By the time of that, when we can remember Krishna, we go back to Krishna. So we are created in such an environment, such a horrifying environment, and at the same time, the nature says, can you still remember Krishna? Okay. It is just like you're sitting for SPM, but beside there's a karaoke, there'll be a line dance, there'll be a party and everything. Okay, there'll be a dancing, singing, party and everything. And the exam is you have to sit in the middle and do your SPM or do your STPM or do your degree. Can you imagine? Or entrance exam. How possible or not? You are sitting, studying, some of singing. All the disturbance around you, and you have to sit and do your exam. That is what the final birth is going to be. It's going to take a lifetime preparation. It is not like today you do, tomorrow you pass. No. Okay? Because that's what Krishna says, at whoever at the time of death quits his body, remembering me alone. So we have to remember Krishna alone, and we can attain his nature. But the question is how? Okay? And that is what? Now Krishna says, this is how Krishna going to give you so many ways and means how you can go to him. And he's the best person to tell you. Because we are going to him. He's not telling, if you want to go there, this is what you do. You want to do that, you know. He said, how you can come to me? I'm telling you. I'm giving you tips. Okay, imagine the person who's going to write the person who's going to that compose that SPM, the one who writes that SPM paper, coming and telling you this is all the questions going to come out. How is it possible? Right? Of course, this you're going to study. This all you're going to reveal everything. How you can do it. Okay. Now let's look at 8.6. 8.6 is what Krishna says. Yang vapi smaran bhavang Tyajatyante kalevaram tang tam evaiti kaunteya sada tat bhava bhavitaha. Whatever state of being one remembers me when he quits his body, O son of Kunti, that state he will attain without fail. That's what I say just now. At what conscious a person dies, that will be his next birth. Okay. So at the time of death, okay, now let's give, I show you, can you see that photo on the right, Rishi and the deer? He is a great Rishi called Bharat, King Bharata. The earth was named Bharata because of him, such a righteous king. All right, such a righteous king. So he was such a righteous king. When day comes, he gave all the kingdom to his, he gave everything, to his children. He retired. He retired from active life and he went to look for absolute truth. So after he retired, he went into the forest to become a vanaprastha. Vana means forest. Pastra means dweller. So he became a vanaprastha. So he went to the forest and he want to go into meditation. So he want to go back home, back to Godhead. That is what those days kings used to do. Not after retire, work somehow. After 60s and 70s, people are still looking for a job. That is not the way. You're only allowed to work until maybe 50, 55. That's it. Once you're done, you're out. Then after that, you should dedicate your life to look for absolute truth. So at that moment, what happened? He went and looked to the forest. He was looking. At that time, when he was traveling, suddenly he saw a very terrible scene. A pregnant deer was chased by a lion. All right. When the lion was almost to capture the deer had a miscarriage, and the baby deer fell. Baby deer is called doe, D-O-E. Okay, never mind. Say baby deer. So the doe or the baby deer fell into the river and got washed away. When he saw that condition, he was so heartbroken. He said, how cruel this nature is. Already deer is pregnant, mother deer is pregnant. Right? And he's chased by the tiger. And the tiger wanted to attack the mother deer, and the mother deer had a miscarriage, and the baby born and fell into the river and got washed away. So what happened is Bharat straightaway jumped into the water and saved the deer and start to nurture the deer. He took the deer as his own pet. So whenever he's doing his sadhana, his bhakti, he see the deers that always dance and play around him, the baby deer. So as time goes on, when he start to meditate, he cannot concentrate. He'll be thinking what my deer is doing, what my this and that. So they became so attached, and eventually became so attached to the deer. When he became so attached to the deer, and one day what happened? The deer lost. The deer disappeared. When the deer disappeared, so he was running around looking for the deer. Where's my deer? Where's my deer? And suddenly he slipped and fell, hit the head on the rock, and he's dying. At the time of death, he was thinking, oh, my dear, where are you? My dear, 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 dear. Till he died. And next birth, he born as a deer. And after that, of course, there's a big story in Srimad Bhagavatam. Okay, we will discuss as we go on, because it's going to be a very long story. So like that, Krishna says that's very important. That's why sometimes we have to be very, very careful that we don't get attached to anything. That's why I say attachment is a horrible thing, because attachment can bring you remembrance at the final moment of life. So when you chant Hare Krishna, everything, when your mind is everything get purified, even at that final moment when the thing is choking, when the thing is painful and everything, you can remember, yes, I know this pain is not going to last. It's just going to be about 5-10 minutes. That's it. But I have to make sure that I concentrate on Krishna. Understanding. That's why I say, you understand me. You know me. Now you understand why Krishna keep telling, know me, understand me, get to know me, read about me, understand my features, understand my pastime. Why? Because that's what we can remember at the final moment of life. 8-7. Tasmat sarveshu kaleshu mam anushmara yudhyacha mayyar pitamano buddhir mam evasyas shangshayaha. Therefore, Arjuna, now this is very, very, very important verse. Okay? Wait, let me highlight. Look, where's the highlighter? Where's the thing? Okay, now let's look at this. So what, see what he says, therefore Krishna. So he says, Mam Anushmara. So that means you should always think of me. So Krishna says, you always should think of me. Okay, in what form? In the form of Krishna. See what Krishna himself says that. There is always an argument. They says, hey, okay, never mind. I would like to think in the form, other form. Okay, I think I'm a devotee of Mahavishnu. I'm a devotee of Venkatachalapati. Okay, I'm a devotee of Varaha, my Ishtadeva, Ramachandra. Yeah, fair enough. There's no doubt. But here Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, because he's want to invite you to Goloka now, he says, but he says, therefore, Arjuna, you should always think of me in the form of Krishna. So what Krishna says here, Krishna has a form. Krishna is not illusion. God has form. And God says, this is the form that I want you to remember. Like some scholars says that God is formless. When you look at other religions like Christians and Muslims, they say God is formless. Okay, even in our Sanatana, I mean, they say like the Hindus, they also believe like, this, what group is that? Vallalar, Jodi, 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 Suyam, Jodi, 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 Arul. What they say? Jodi, Jodi, everything is light, everything is there. Jodi Suyam is complete. Jodi is Arul, it has energy. So all these kind of things, the song they used to sing. But here, Krishna refute all that. Okay, and Krishna says, you should always think of me in the form of Krishna. It's very important. Okay, so other forms, even if it's the Devata, but we just follow what Krishna says. Let's meditate in the form of Krishna. And after that, what he says, at the same time, okay, now let me just change this to this. Okay. But at the same time, carry out your duty, prescribed duty of fighting. So what we understand from here, we meditate in the form of Krishna and we carry on with our prescribed duty, whatever job that has been prescribed to you, whatever job that has been assigned to you, prescription that's prescribed to you, do your job and always remember Krishna. It's not do you give up everything, no point working hard and everything. So I'm afraid next birth I'll be born as a what. So I just give up everything and become a mendicant. So I think of Krishna because that's what Krishna says. Giving up everything and renouncing everything and not thinking of me, you still won't be happy. So anyway, Krishna says, do your job, carry on a prescribed duty, and always remember me. How we remember him? By thinking of him. What to think about Krishna actually? Right? If I want to remember you, okay, example, let's see. Okay, who I can choose? Okay, TK Prabhu, TK Tan, or Trivikram Prabhu, a very dear friend of mine, also my Shiksha Guru. If I want to remember Trivikram Prabhu, what I remember? I just close my eyes, I remember. That means what? I am seeing the form of Trivikram Prabhu. All of you following me? I'm closing my eyes, I'm just thinking, okay, I'm just remembering Trivikram Prabhu. Okay, Trivikram Prabhu, how he looks, how is his face, how is his body, how the word that he used, the voice, all right, the jokes, the intensity, the class. I mean, I just remember him. I remember his physical self. But now, what happened if I think of Trivikram Prabhu? If I think of Trivikram Prabhu, I start to think about his activity, the way he walk, the way he talk, the way he give class, the way he inspires. So I start to think about his activity. So here what Krishna says, Anushmaram. Anushmaram is think of me, Anusmara. So think of me. He didn't use the word remember me. So when you want to think of Krishna, you think about all his pastime. You know how this Krishna took this Arjuna and parked right in front of Duryodhana. I mean, parked right in front of Bhishma and Drona, just to irritate Arjuna. The way we think of him, right? And we think of Krishna, Janmashtami is coming, oh, Krishna is being born. And the way that he kills Putana, because Krishna is so wonderful, so beautiful. Putana want to breastfeed, at the same time kill. You know, how did Krishna? So we start to think of him, means we start to think about his qualities, his attributes, his pastimes. You understand? Then fighting. With your activities, now that let's look at this. With your activities dedicated to me. Now remember, whatever we do, we dedicate to Krishna. The job we dedicate to Krishna. The food that we eat, we dedicate to Krishna. First thing, wake up in the morning, dedicate your day to Krishna. All right? I don't know whether you all practice this or not, but nowadays they only practice during that Deepavali. No, during Deepavali, they like to take all their new clothes, new dhoti, new chadar, kurta and everything. They'll put it nicely. On the day that they pray, on Deepavali day, when they do that puja, they offer all their clothes to the forefather. I mean, they offer the clothes. Are you all doing that? They take the jeans, pants, the dhoti and everything, especially dhoti la, but I don't think jeans and pants. They take all the pants and jeans. I'm sorry, jeans. take the dhoti and we put in front of the altar as an offering. Okay, only once a year, only they do, right? So that is what dedicate everything to Krishna. Okay, so when we start to dedicate, we all start to offer with your activities dedicated to me. At the same time, your mind and intelligence fixed on me. How are we going to fix our mind and intelligence, my dear friends, Prabhus and mothers? I mean, sorry, I use the word friends. My dear Prabhus and mothers, how we can attach our mind to intelligence and fixed on Krishna? By chanting and reading. That's why we keep saying, read and chant. Chanting makes your mind attached. Reading makes your intelligence to be fixed on Krishna. So by dedicating your activities to me, your mind and intelligence fixed on me, and Krishna says, you will attain me without doubt. This is what we want. That means Krishna says there's nothing that's without doubt. There's no doubt about it. Because that's what we want. How sure are you? That means sometimes we do. I'm doing this. Do you think Krishna will take it? Do you think I can go back to Godhead? Will this happen to me? Doubtful. That's Krishna says, don't be doubtful. How? Very simple. Think of me in the form of Krishna, number one. Simple, very simple. If you don't have a form of Krishna, so you don't need to change your altar. Oh, do I need to take this out? Like sometimes they used to ask, Prabhu, do I need to remove all the people, I mean, all the devatas that I've been worshipping? No. Do I need to do? I said, don't do anything. Just put Bhagavad Gita and worship enough. Because Bhagavad Gita is Krishna himself. Worshipping Bhagavad Gita, you're worshipping all that holy places around the universe. Don't make any arrangement. Don't waste your time arranging things, rearranging. Add on. We are just asking you to add on. Some people say, like this one person says, Prabhu, at last I've converted to Hare Krishna. I say, converted to Hare Krishna? Where got such thing? I say, what do you mean convert? No, I'm from so and so religion, and now I've decided to convert to Hare Krishna. I say, no one converts to Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna do not convert people. We do not go around and convert people. We know people who are from Christian background, from other religious background, they still maintain their whoever they are. Okay, they just put that their religion is Christian, their religion is Sikhism, their religion is whatever, so and so. They still maintain that. Right? But what they say, they just add Krishna into life. That's all. Very simple. Add on. So that means I always must think of me. They say, think of him in the form of Krishna. Number one. Number two, carry your prescribed duty. By thinking of me, don't become lazy and you become lazy and try to think this. No. And after that, he says, activities dedicated to me. That's number three. And after that, fix your mind, your intelligence. These 5 things, just do. You will attain me without doubt. You will achieve me. But in order to do all these things, where we should start? What is the place that we should start? We should start from this. We should start from mind and intelligence. Okay. So where we should start? We should start with this. We should start to play with the faculty of mind and intelligence. So far, so good. Any questions? All good?
Prabhu, can I just clarify? So for the example of a Christian who has a statue of the cross, depending on Catholic or Protestant, you either have a statue of Mary and cross and so on. If I understand correctly, that means that can remain, but just add on a Gita together on that table. Is my understanding in line with what you have said? Thank you.
Okay, nice question. Add on means you add on the practice, that's all. Because here, when you look at this verse here, in order to achieve Krishna without doubt, he didn't ask you to set up a table and do the altar or what. He just said, think of me in the form of Krishna. So think of me in the form of Krishna. Carry out your job as a prescribed duty with your activities dedicated to me. All the activities dedicated to him, which is outside. It's not in front of the altar. Your mind and intelligence fixed on me. So what do you need to do? Just keep Bhagavad Gita wherever you are, but keep it in a very nice, clean place and worship it. Okay. If you think, okay, like for instance, the altar, yes. Yeah. Sorry. Now I understand your question. I was thinking of something. Yes. Your altar, whatever, just add on Bhagavad Gita enough. Okay.
Okay, thank
Because
you. Thank you very much. Yeah.
yeah, thank you. So sometimes when you start to do these kind of changes, you're going to create so much of what they call unreasonable or what they call what is the word? Uncomfortable situation in the house. Because that's what Krishna came and lived in this book called Bhagavad Gita, along with all the things, all the auspicious things. Okay, nice. So that's the thing. Fixed your mind, intelligent. So now we have to think about changing our mind and altering our intelligence. Chant Hare Krishna and read Bhagavad Gita is the first step to start. Number 10, Dhyana Yogi. Now let's look at this Dhyana Yogi. This is Prayana Kale Manasa Chalena Bhaktya Yukta Yoga Balena Chaiva Pruvor Madhye Pranam Abheshya Samyak Satang Parang Purusham Upaiti Divyam Prayana Kale Manasa Chalena Bhaktya Yukto Yoga Balena Chaiva Pruvor Madhye Pranam Abheshya Samyak Satang Parang Purusham Upaiti Divyam. One who at the time of death, again, Krishna says, continuing, one who at the time of death fixes his life air between the eyebrow and by the strength of yoga, with an undeviating mind, engages himself in remembering the Supreme Lord in full devotion, will certainly attain the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So this is for Dhyana Yoga. Okay, what happened to the Dhyana Yogis? If you look at this, at the bottom, the red color is called Kundalini Shakti. It starts from the back at the lower, and from there it goes up. You activate one by one chakra. Okay, 8 chakra, this and this is called the crown chakra. So once all this chakra is activated, what happened? They keep the eyes in between the eyebrow, and they keep the what they call the life air, and boom, with full remembrance, they leave the body, go back to Godhead. And how the Jnana Yogi achieves success? Jnana Yogi means the one who always study and everything. Okay, now let's look at this. Yadaksharam Veda Vido Vadanti Vishanti Yatayo Vitaragaha Yadi Chanto Brahmacharyang Charanti Tate Padang Sangrahena Pravakshe. Person who are learned in the Vedas. Now, let's look at the people who are learned in the Vedas, the Vedantis, who utter the word Omkara. Okay, who utter the word Omkara, because Krishna says among the Om, I am known as Om, right? Who utter the Omkara, Omkara, and who are great sages in the renounced order, enter into Brahman. Desiring such perfection, one practices celibacy. I shall now briefly explain to you this process in which one may attain salvation. So, like just now, we talk about Dhyana Yogis. The Dhyana Yogi is the one who do meditation, mystic meditation. They bring all the things, they keep it here, and with their mystic power, they leave the earth. They go back to this thing. And number 2 is Jnana Yogi. That means the one who always like to read, and the one read the Vedas. All right. He says the person who are learned in the Vedas, who utter Omkara, and also who are great sages, not ordinary sages, great sages, and someone in the renounced order, that means sannyasi, okay, enter into Brahman. Desiring such perfection, one practices celibacy. First of all, they have to be celibate, brahmachari. They cannot marry. They cannot get married. They have to be brahmachari. There is no sex life. So now Krishna says he will explain the process, how to do it. Now we're going to study about Jnana Yogi. 14. Okay, so 11, 12. Okay, now we straight jump to Bhakti Yogi. What happened to Bhakti Yogis? How did the Bhakti Yogi attain salvation? It's very interesting. Ananya Cheta Satatang Yomang Smarati Nityasha Tasyahang Sulabha Partha Nitya Yuktasya Yoginaha. Ananya Cheta Satatang Yomang Smarati Nityasha Tasyahang Sulabha Partha Nitya Yuktasya Yoginaha. For one who always remembers me without deviation, I am easy to obtain, O son of Pratha, because of his constant engagement in my devotional service. Now let's look at this. So how the Bhakti Yogi achieves success? Okay. He says, one who always remembers me without deviation. They don't get deviated. Always remember him. And Krishna says, I'm easy to obtain, O son of Pratha. I'm easy. Because of his constant engagement devotional service. How? Just like this, you're offering a flower and worshipping the deities, cooking for Krishna, preparing the prasadam, distributing books. Look at this, the book that been distributed, put up a table, and sitting around and discussing Bhagavad Gita or Bhagavatam, or that cleaning up the temple, washing and cleaning up the temple. Like this, that all these activities, we always remember Krishna. First thing, we wake up in the morning, we know what to do. Then after that, first thing, we wake up in the morning, we offer our day, we do this Guru Puja and Mangala Arati. Then after that, we sit and chant Hare Krishna mantra. Then after that, we read Bhagavad Gita. Then after that, we go to work. So before we go to work, we have to prepare food. So what we do, we prepare food from a natural ingredients. We offer it to Krishna and take it as a prasadam, go to work. So once you go to work, at the time when the breakfast or lunchtime comes, when you feel hungry, you don't think about food. We think about prasadam. And thinking of prasadam means the food remnants offered to Krishna. So you come there, you take the food remnants and start to eat Krishna. Oh, you remember Krishna. Wow. Today Krishna accepted the food. That's why the food tastes good. Right? Then after that, you come back work. And then after that, you come back from work, you take your bath and everything. You do your evening prayer. You continue your chanting. Or maybe you get together with some devotees. Okay, shall we just get together and let's discuss Bhagavad Gita? Or just bring a friend. Just like that. That means you're always constantly remembering Krishna. Okay. So by this thing, what happened is constant engagement in devotional service is easy to obtain. Okay. Now let's look at. Okay. Now let's look at the. Can you see the screen? Is it the screen is clear? Can you see everything inside the screen?
Yes.
Yeah. Now okay. Now this personality is Bhakti Vinod Thakur, the great proponent of this Bhakti Yoga. The father of Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Prabhupada. The father of Bhakti Siddhanta Prabhupada, his name is Bhakti Vinod Thakur. Let's look at his activity. All right, his time, 8 p.m. to 10 p.m. he go to bed. He take rest. 10 p.m. to 4 a.m. Then 8 to 10, he only sleep for 2 hours. It's not even sleep, it's rest. Then he wakes up at 10 o'clock until 4 o'clock he writes. He translates the books into English and everything. So 4 a.m. to 4:30, he'll take rest again. Then 4:30 to 7, he chant. He chant his Hare Krishna Maha Mantra. And 7 to 7:30 in the morning, he correspondent. He writes letter and correspond and everything. And 7:30 a.m. to 9:30 a.m., there's 2 hours, he studies Shastra. He studies all the Bhagavatam and all these things. Then 9:30 a.m. to 10 a.m., he bathe and take breakfast, prasadam. 10 a.m. to 1 p.m., he's a court duty. He's a magistrate. Okay, the Bhakti Vinod Thakur is a magistrate, he's a judge. All right, so what do you do? 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. he goes for a court duty. 1 p.m. to 2 p.m. he refresh. He come back home and bathe again, refresh at home. 2 to 5 p.m. he continue with court duties. And 5 p.m. to 7 p.m. he translates Sanskrit to Bengali. 5 p.m. to 7 p.m. he just translates all the books, Sanskrit to Bengali and English. And 7 p.m. to 8 p.m. he bathe and take prasadam. And again he continue back, he rest. Then like that his life goes. That is how he planned his 24 hours by fully engaging. Okay, so when this kind of people doesn't need to go and sit and meditate into the forest, jungle and do the severe austerity, no. Just be fully engaged in thinking about Lord and always engage in the service. Okay. Okay, now let's look at the time. Oh, it's 9. Okay. Shall we take a short break, if you don't mind? Now it's 9 o'clock. Shall we take 2 minutes? 9:02, we meet back again.
Yes, thank you.
Fine. Thank you.
All right. Now, we continue. Okay. Let's look at 8:15. Mam upetya punarjanma dukkhalayam ashashvatam napnuvanti mahatmana shangshiddhim paramam gata. What is this? Mam upetya punarjanma. Dukkhalayam. Dukkha means suffering. Alayam means place. So after attaining me, now let's see what happened once we achieve Krishna. Okay, where's this? Okay. So now, once we achieve Krishna, okay, what happened? After attaining me, okay, so what happened? Who are the people? The great souls. After attaining me, the great souls who are yoga in devotion or bhakti yogis never return to this temporary world, which is full of miseries. Yes or not? Which is full of miseries. Dukkhalayam. Because they have attained the highest perfection. So they have attained the highest perfection. 8:15 Krishna says. Once we read, okay, this is a long explanation. This is how the universal things look like. When we have time, we will discuss this, because from now onwards, the discussion can be very intense. So sometimes we may overshoot 1, 5, 10 minutes. So if you get a chance, definitely I'd like to explain to you about the universal creation. Okay. So that means after, remember this 8:15, please mark the page 8:15 in your Bhagavad Gita. Keep it with you and just always remember this. After attaining Krishna, all the great souls who is yoga in devotion, yogis in devotion or bhakti yogis, never return to this temporary world, which is full of miseries, because they have attained the highest perfection. And 8:16, Krishna continues. Brahma bhuvana loka punar avartinorjuna mam upetya tu kaunteya punar janma na vidyate. So now Krishna says, from the highest planet in this material world down to the lowest, all the places are misery, wherein repeated. Okay, we get the highlight. This is also another important point. From the highest planet in the material world down to the lowest in this material creation, in this material world, that means what is that highest planet? Brahmaloka. And what is the lowest? Is Patalaloka, the hellish condition. All are places of misery. All the places are misery, wherein repeated birth and death take place. But one who attains my abode, O son of Kunti, never takes birth again. That means even when we are liberated, we go to the even planet of Brahma. Even Brahma also have death. Brahma's life is 100 years, celestial years. Brahma has gone through, now Brahma is 50 years old. That is earth years is 165 trillion, 20 billion years, earth years. Right? When the day comes, the Brahma dies. And that is when the ultimate dissolution, the entire creation will be destroyed. All right? So he says from the highest planet to the lowest, this happened. And what is so miserable about? The miserable things is repeated birth and death, born and die. That is why when we kill an animal before their time, that is what the birth and death take place. That's why we suffer from the terrible karma. We suffer from the terrible karma. So now let's look at these things here. So this is birth, old age, disease, and death. So these four things we are keep rotating. First we born, yes, fair enough. And ultimately we die. Okay, there's two things, birth and death. But in between, the horrible thing is to get old age, and of course disease. So this birth, death, old age, and disease exists everywhere in this material plane. But once we achieve to the highest abode, we will never go through this four process again. We remain young, we remain beautiful. Sachidananda Vigraha. Sat means eternal, Chit means full of knowledge, Ananda means beautiful, Vigraha body. Without any disease, without anything, we remain there eternally. All right. Now let's look at this. Okay, now it's mentioned here. Now let's look at Brahma's life. Okay, this is the calculation. Lord Brahma's life, the one with 4 heads. So now look at this. The Kali Yuga is 432,000 years. The human years. It lasts you for 432,000. Before this, the Dwapara Yuga, the Yuga before us. Okay, what is Dwapara Yuga? They achieve success by temple worship, right? And their lifespan was 1,000. Remember, the Dwapara Yuga lasted for 864,000 years, or 8,64,000 years. Okay, Treta Yuga lasts for 1,296,000 years. And Satya Yuga or Krita Yuga, Satya Yuga, the first Yuga, it lasts for 1,728,000 years. So in total is 4,320,000 years. How many years? 4,320,000 years. And this is called one Chatur Yuga. Chatur means 4. So it's a cycle of 4 Yuga. 4 Yuga. It is 4.32 million years. So far, so good? Everyone, are you following me on this?
Yes, thank you.
Everyone? Nobody's confused, huh? Okay. Now.
Prabhuji, Hare Krishna.
Yeah. Yeah. Good.
How old is Kali Yuga now? Is it follow our English calendar? How old is Kali Yuga now?
Okay, Kali Yuga, now we have passed through 5,000 years. Out of 432,000 years, we have passed through 5,000 years. We have balance of 427,000 years.
Thank you.
What did Mataji?
Yes, Prabhuji.
So out of these 432,000 years, 5,000 years has gone. So we have 427,000 years. And from the day Lord Chaitanya appeared, there will be 10,000 golden years in Kali Yuga. After that 10,000 years gone, that means at the 427, that means from 400 and 427,000 years, there's 417,000 years onwards, it's going to be even terrible. The full-blown Kali Yuga will start. But today, we have only passed 5,000 years. We still have 427. Okay? Anyone else have any question? All of you understand? So one cycle, one Chatur Yuga, that means the 4 seasons. The 4 seasons like summer, winter, spring, and fall, autumn. All these things are called 4 seasons, right? So that means it's 4 millennium. This 4 millennium is 4.32 million years. Okay. Now you understand that. Okay, you get it. Now let me tell you another thing. Now another thing called one kalpa. One kalpa. One kalpa means is 1,000 of these 4 cycles. Are you all following me on this? Say something. This one I know you're listening or you're understanding or what?
Yes.
Yes, listening.
Yeah, I know you're listening, but I'm asking whether you understand or not.
Oh.
Okay. Yeah. So that means
Yes,
total, this total 4 millennium is 4.32 million. Okay, 4.32 million. Okay, this is we put aside. Now let's see kalpa. What is kalpa means? So one kalpa means the calculation is 1,000 of these Chatur Yuga. So one Chatur Yuga is 4.32 million. And imagine one kalpa means 1,000 times 4.32 million years. Okay. So that means one kalpa is equivalent to 1,000 Chatur Yuga. Okay. And 2 kalpa means just imagine. Okay. Now 12 hours of Brahma. 12 hours of Brahma is equivalent to 1,000 kalpa. 1,000 kalpa. That means 4.32 million times 1,000 is equivalent to 12 hours of Brahma. And that means 24 hours of Brahma is 2 kalpa. Just imagine 2,000 times 4.32 million is there 24 hours. Such a long duration. So Brahma lives up to 100 years. So when you talk about Brahma's lifespan is 100 years, when we calculate, it is roughly 311.04 trillion human years. That is what Brahma's 100 years. And after Brahma achieved these 100 years, after 311.04 trillion years gone, he dies. Then new Brahma will appear. So what I am trying to tell you here is, even Brahma's days is counted. Okay. So if you go to the Brahma Loka, still this is what you're going to go through. Okay. Now let's look at this. So we spoke about Brahma during the daytime. Every daytime what he will do, he will go into creation. Okay. Every day he wakes up in the morning, he creates. And every time at night, when he goes to bed, okay, after 12 hours, that means 12 p.m. to 12 midnight to morning, this 12 hours. So after first 12 hours, he creates and maintains. And after when he goes to bed at night, the second 12 hours, they will have a partial annihilation. Partial annihilation. That means all that planet. Okay, now you see this one. This is Lord Vishnu is here. They call Garbhodakshaya Vishnu. From his navel came a lotus flower, and there Lord Brahma stays. So from Brahma to Garbhodakshaya Vishnu, in between all the 14 planetary systems. Please mute. Someone is saying. Okay. So that means in between from Brahma to that Garbhodakshaya Vishnu at the bottom, there are 14 planetary systems. But when Brahma goes to bed at night, the lower planetary system all will be destroyed, partial annihilation. And when that thing happened, all that thing that is got annihilated, they merged into Garbhodakshaya Vishnu. So this Garbhodakshaya Vishnu lying there, everything that in between that destroys, all will go and merge into him. And next day when Brahma wakes up, everything will manifest and Brahma will start to do his creation, start to create again. Okay? Now, and where we understand this? 8.19, 8.19 in Bhagavad Gita. Okay, now, let's look at this 21. 8.21. Avyaktokshara ityuktas tamahu paramangatim yam prapya na nivartante taddharma paramang mama. So now that which the Vedantis describe as unmanifest and infallible, that which is known as the supreme destination, that is place from which having attained one never returns. That is my supreme abode. Krishna says here. All right. Okay. So now see what Krishna says here. So he says that place which the Vedantis describe as unmanifest and infallible. So what is an unmanifest and infallible? The place that don't have that was not created. That means it's like it is always eternal. That means everything that has been created and destroyed, but this place is unmanifest. That means it's just there. And infallible. That means the place there's no destruction, nothing. That which is also known as the supreme destination. That's a place that we all supremely want to go. And in that place, which is having attained, okay, one never returns. And Krishna says, that is my supreme abode. That is my place. Avyakto shara iti yuktas. Okay?
Prabhu,
Yes.
is moksha and this place similar?
What is Mataji? Moksha?
Moksha, yeah.
Moksha, liberation.
Where you merge with God. What is the word, Prabhu?
Okay, that is merging in God is actually Brahman. In Bhagavad Gita, we don't discuss about merging in God is something that we don't
Discuss.
we don't emphasize. No, not to say not discuss, not emphasize.
Not recommended.
Okay.
Not right.
That's what Karna had, isn't it, Prabhu?
What is that?
Karnan.
Karnan.
Yeah, when Karnan's journey, he eventually went and merged with the supreme being.
No.
No.
That is what you have watched in movie, right?
Right.
Movie is imagination, Mataji.
Okay, Prabhu. Thank you very much.
For instance, now let's look at this. This is the entire universal creation. You see, this is the ocean, milk ocean, and Lord Narayana is sleeping here, which is called Garbhodakshaya Vishnu. Okay, so from Garbhodakshaya Vishnu, the navel comes up, and there's Brahma here. Okay, Brahma is here. Everything that exists in between from Vishnu up is all an individual person. So merging in that moksha is what you have said. That's merging in Brahman. That's called Mayavadi philosophy. Okay, Brahmavadi. That means you merging into light. Okay, call that as Brahma Jyoti. Okay, thank God you asked a very good question. Is it okay if we just overshoot time a little today? I'm just worried about the time and your time. Is it okay if I just overshoot a bit?
Okay for me.
Okay.
Everyone okay? Yeah? Okay. Now, okay. Okay. What is merging in Brahman? Okay. I give you an analogy because I am not good. No, I'm not good in drawing. But anyway, I'll just share with you to my best ability. Okay. Now, you see,
Intention.
okay. Now you see this one. Okay. Please mute someone. Is not muted.
Oh, 我知道。
Shang Prabhu. Okay. This is just an example. All right. So this is, say, this is Lord Krishna. Okay, please forgive me. I'm not good in drawing. Of course, I do not draw using this. So this is Lord Krishna. And in this, in the Supreme Lord Krishna, there's another thing called, okay, in this Lord Krishna, he has an aura. Are you following Mataji? Sadguna, right? Mataji? All right. So this is aura. Okay, I better write it down because later when you watch that video, I mean the recording, you understand. A-U-R-A, aura. All of us got an aura, right? Everyone got an aura? Yes or not?
Yes, we all have.
Yes,
Aura.
Prabhu.
So the aura that comes, that lights that emanates from us. So the aura is called, for Krishna, is called Brahma Jyoti. J-Y-O-T-H-I. Brahma Jyoti. So what happened? This aura of Brahma Jyoti, it is something that people, the Mayavadis wants to achieve. Correct? The Mayavadis, they all say, like for instance, there's a soul here. Okay, example, okay. There's a soul, okay, a person who are individual soul. You know what happened? Their goal is to attain this Mayavadi, this Brahma Jyoti. They wanted to go and merge into the Brahma Jyoti and remain in the Brahma Jyoti. This is what they call merging into light. You're following me, Mataji?
Yes,
Everyone, are
Prabhu.
you following me? Okay, all following, yeah? You understand? So that means this is the soul that merge into the light. And what happened when they merge into this light? Okay, they just go there and what they call what the situation is, simply sleep or become, how the word idle, how I-D-L-E, okay, and remain idle. So once a person reaches Brahma Jyoti or the aura of Krishna, their aim is to become just to go there and sleep or become idle. Just merge. That means the light merge into the light. What the light can do? Be nothing. Yes or not? When the drop of water went and merged into the ocean, what happened? Just remain an ocean. Does it that the water, when it goes to the ocean and becomes a ice cube? Or does the water goes and touch the water? I mean, when the drop of water went and touched the ocean, does that turn into a crystal? Everyone following me?
Yes.
Yes.
So it doesn't, right? Once the water goes touch the water, it just becomes water. Yes or not? So it becomes, yes or not? Okay. Now, so this is what? That means a soul go and merge into the light. It goes there, be nothing. But then what happened? It remains there. It remains there for some time. Okay. It remains there for a moment of time. Then it will still return back. Okay, it still returns back into the material nature. It goes there, stays for some time, and return back to the district. So it is absolute waste of time. I think we will study this as we go on, Mayavadi philosophy. So what is the point? You do all this kind of severe austerity, severe meditation and all this, go to the place, sleep and come back. Is it worth it or not? Do you get my point?
No, Prabhu, not worth it.
Huh?
Not worth it, Prabhu.
Not worth it. Okay.
Not
All right,
worth
not worth it. So now, what the devotee does? The devotee who is also a pure soul. Okay. The devotee who is also a pure soul. Okay. What his aim in life? His aim is life is. Okay. His aim in life is to go straight to Krishna and live as his associate. Okay, the aim of the devotee is to go straight from here, go straight and actually break all these Brahma Jyoti, all these things, aura, everything, and go to that personal self of Krishna. Because that's what Krishna says. Remember me in this form of Krishna. He didn't say, come and merge into my aura, merge into my light, Brahma Jyoti. Come to me personally. So once we go to his personal associate, we become his associate. Then we start to have lots of fun with him. Lot of association, personal. Okay, all of you can follow me on this. Any question? Thank you, Mataji. Who asked that question? Sadhuna Mataji, right? It's a very nice question.
Not me, Prabhu.
Who asked? Oh, Vanita Mataji. Oh, okay. Thanks. Because I can't see anyone. I only can see my face only. I can't see anyone. That's why I think. Okay.
Prabhu,
Yeah, Prabhu.
if you go to the Brahma Jyoti, they say there's no variegatedness, no, Prabhu.
Yeah.
Can you chant and go further still, Prabhu? Improve your spiritual nature.
Yeah, when we chant Hare Krishna, we definitely will never go. We will pass through Brahma Jyoti.
You know, can we go to Brahma Jyoti first, and then you say you got to stay idle down there? Can we improve on a spiritual point?
Oh, okay. That means your question is, once we go to Brahma Jyoti, from there, can we improve to go further? That's what you're asking?
Don't go to Krishna instead of coming back.
All right. Nice question, Prabhu. Very good question.
So, same thing in my mind. If you go to Brahma Loka, also they say you have to come back when your points are over. But can we improve from there, Prabhu? Directly go above more?
Okay. Nice question.
Same question.
Okay. Now, when we are in an environment of full happiness, party mode and all these things, can we remember Krishna? Can we remember anything else other than party?
Definitely.
Yes, Prabhu?
No.
No. Okay. Okay. Now let me speak this. Discuss this from your experience. See, you have been a royal physician to the Sultan, right? And you've been traveling with Sultan, and when he becomes Agung, you travel with him everywhere because you are his royal physician. So at that time, you had a very lavish life with, because when you follow the king, you will also enjoy the lavish life. Yes or no?
Yeah.
At that particular moment when you're enjoying lavish life, can you think about anything else other than enjoying yourself?
But again, that's true also. But then we'll give Krishna give you the mercy, Prabhu.
That is not possible, Matai Prabhu. Because here we are talking about material enjoyment, because when you follow the king, of course, your life is different. But when you are in heaven, the opulence is even much better.
Yeah.
Opulence. That's why the Devas come down to this material world.
Yeah, true.
In the form of a devotee and all this thing, just to serve Krishna. Because even in the form of the demigods, because they are so much of opulence, right? They can never worship Krishna. So they like to come in this form, in this world, to worship the Lord. We have seen so many, yes or not?
Yes.
Like for instance, when you hear the Suprabhadam, Kaushalya, Supraja, Rama, Purva, Sanya, Pravartate, you know that thing. I think the
Yes.
third of verse, you know, they say that
Yeah.
say when you go to Tirupati, what they do, they push. That the two guys there, they hit, hey, go, chalte, yes or not? Don't stand, move. And sometimes people go there, they get very upset, yes or not? So
True.
one of the in that Suprabhadam, verse 4, verse 5, if I'm not mistaken. I can't recall. Somewhere one verse 4, verse 5, if I'm not mistaken. And that verse, you know, that it starts with Pushkarini. That means in that verse, it says, Lord Brahma, Lord Shiva, and all the devatas, demigods, will go and take Pushkarini, will take a dip in the Pushkarini. They take a deep bath, they take a bath, and they will come to see Lord Venkatachalapati in Tirupati. When they come, the two gatekeepers, Jai Vijay, remember that yesterday we discussed, the Jai Vijay will be cursed and become a demon, so the Jai Vijay will hit on their head and says, go, move. And that was his pity Brahma because he had forehead. So he get whacked on his forehead. So that means, in other words, they still have to come down to enjoy, to practice bhakti. But all this not possible in heavenly kingdom. That's why we call heavenly delight. But at the same time, when we go to Sitta Loka or we go to this Brahma Loka, there we have a chance to practice bhakti. And from that place, we can go back home, back to God. That is possible, but not in heaven.
Yeah.
Sitta Loka, that means the one step below the Brahma Loka is Sitta Loka. And that place, all the Sittas, all the rishis are living. That place, or the place of Brahma Loka, because Brahma Loka also is a place of austerity. Lord Brahma don't have fun. All of them will be like worshipping the Lord. There is possible. But what happens if you merge into Brahma Jyoti? Finish. Because you go to Brahma Jyoti, it's just like sunbathing. You just go there and just forget your life, forget everything. You just become non-existent. Just like the water drop into the ocean, it doesn't exist. It's just like gone. All that potency of that water just merged. It's just become nothing. Right? So similarly, when we go into Brahma Jyoti, what happened? We just merge into the Brahma Jyoti. We just become the light, and we are light, and just turn everything into, we become nothing. So what we do there? We become idle. We go there, we become idle, we'll be sleeping. There's no way you can get a chance from Brahma Jyoti to be liberated to Krishna. No. But from Brahma Loka, Sitta Loka, possible. Kailash, possible. Not there, not in Brahma Jyoti. So once you go there, and after some time you finish, you enjoy your life, because you go into Nidra, a long sleep. Then after that, you have to come back again. So what the Veda says, it's total waste of time. Because even to attain Brahma Jyoti, it takes so much of austerity. It takes you so much of austerity, renunciation. You know, it takes so much of effort. So Krishna, that's why in Veda says it's waste of time. Okay, Prabhu?
Yeah, brother, I got it.
Okay, Prabhu. Thank you, Prabhu. Nice question. Yes,
Prabhu.
Vanita Mataji.
Prabhu, are we losing the individuality? Because
Exactly. Because once you merge, you lose individuality. But once you lose your individuality, means that means you don't become but you still remain individual. That means you go there, you lose it, then after they come back. Yes, Vanita Mataji?
Prabhu, just like how we go in there and we come back. Now, Krishna has taken this birth and come to help us, the human race.
Yes.
Will he be coming back again, Prabhu?
Will Krishna come back again?
Yes. Of course
After
not.
7 cycles.
Sorry?
After 7 cycles, remember yesterday I was saying about cycle. After every Chatur Yuga, Satya Yuga, Tratra Yuga, Dwapara Yuga, Kali Yuga, there's one cycle. After
Okay.
7 cycle, Lord Krishna will appear and Lord Chaitanya will appear. Understand, Mataji?
Yes, Prabhu.
So don't miss it. This birth, we have already got both of them here.
So in the meantime, in Kali Yoga, after the 10,000 year period, who is going to save and help the human race?
No one. It's going to be so crazy. Now, just imagine, now when you see beef in the market, do you get agitated? Do you get this thing? Or you're used to it? Anita Mataji?
I feel sad, Prabhu.
No, when you see a beef, when you see the beef in the market, they just put there's a steak, salon steak, and all these they cut, the butcher shop. When you
Yeah.
pass by, when you get it, you feel like so agitated or just like used to it?
It's meat.
Yeah.
Mother has
Are you
turned into
agitated
meat.
or used to it?
Yes.
You're used to it, right?
Right. People don't treat mother as preciously as we used to. Even our mothers.
No, that is secondary. I'm asking, when you see a meat in the meat shop or during that Raya Kurban or maybe during the Deepavali, you see that people all hanging that goat.
Yes.
You're used to it. You don't get
Yes.
agitated, yeah? But
I-
5,000 years ago, when they heard they're going to kill the cow to eat, they fainted.
Okay,
You understand?
Prabhu. Understand.
Now, let me tell you what will happen in Kali Yuga. The description of Kali Yuga. In Kali Yuga, of course, as I just said it in a very surface place, people will be short-lived. People will have a short memory and all this. But as Kali Yuga goes on, people get even shorter and shorter and shorter. People become short. In Kali Yuga, as goes on, there'll be more dwarf. People become more dwarf. Like last time, I don't remember seeing so many dwarfs, even in my lifetime. Now you see dwarf, that's quite common already. Yeah, the people will be like getting shorter and shorter and shorter. Number one. Number two, people in Kali Yuga, maybe another after 10,000 years, they will eat their own child. They'll deliver the child to eat them. Okay. But because they couldn't eat their own child, they will sell the children, say like A will sell their baby to the B, and the B will sell the baby to the A just to eat them. Cannibalism, all these things will step in. Now, if you think about it, your head will spin. But if you come back after 10,000 years, it can be a very common sight. They will simply have a child to eat them. This is Kali Yuga going to look like. All these mentioned in 12th canto of Bhagavatam. Anyway, don't bother. That's why Krishna says, Dukkalayam Asasvatam displays his misery. Let's chant Hare Krishna and read and go back home. Yes, Prabhu.
Thank you, Prabhu. I just want to clarify, when we attain Krishna, just now the question, when we attain Krishna, then from that attainment, we can progress further to higher levels. But I thought to attain Krishna, we must first attain Prima Bhakti. Is my understanding incorrect? I mean, but it seems as though that if we attain Krishna, we can then, in that attainment, work towards Bhakti, or which is work towards Prima. So I wasn't too clear on this, Prabhu.
Okay, you're absolutely right. The only qualification to go back to Godhead when you achieve the state of prema. Prema means pure love. Bhava is ecstatic love. You are very ecstatic. But once you go to prema, you will be in full love, prema. Okay. So once you achieve that level of prema bhakti, that's when the qualification for you to enter the Goloka Vrindavan. Because prema bhakti means you are clean of all impurities. Say like you're going to prepare food in a factory. Okay, we don't talk about here. We talk about Japanese factory. So when you want to go to Japanese, if you're working in Japanese factory and you're going to inside to process food, first you have to bathe nicely. Then they will give you one kind of cover, like a space suit. You have to go there. They will wash you. You stand there and just like a car wash, the thing wash you. Then you go into the room where they steamed and everything. Make sure once you go into that place of processing food, you are 101% free of all contamination. Right or not? So similarly, when you want to go back home, back to Godhead, especially to Goloka Vrindavan, you have to free from all contamination. So the basic contamination that which is very hard to give up is anger, lust, and the three things. What is anger, lust, and what? Another one is what? Attachment. So once we can give up these three attachments, others easily can be done. Okay, others can easily be done. So sometimes when we think the qualification to go back to Krishna is very tough, yes, fair enough, very tough. So that's the idea. That's what Krishna is giving for Kali Yuga Vasi, the people who are in Kali Yuga like us, how we can attain him easily, how we can come to the level of prema in a practical way. That's why what Krishna is keep telling, maintain your duty, maintain your prescribed job. He's not asking you to give up everything, become a mendicant and go there. Just maintain a prescribed job, dedicate everything to me. All right, step by step. That means this now is chapter 8. Now only start to describe how step by step that you can achieve the perfection. Okay, Prabhu?
Yes. So once we attain prima, we then go back to we go to Krishna. But when we reach that, when we go back to Krishna, are there like further levels of progress upwards? Because from the question just now, it seems that once we attain Krishna, we can then work our way up with Krishna's mercy to be in that inverted commas purer.
Okay. Actually, what the Prabhu asked, if we go to Brahma Jyoti, remember just now they say the light, the aura. Once we merge into that light, can we from there progress to Krishna, because you are considered very near to Krishna already? So that was his question just now. So once you go to Brahma Jyoti, it's not easy for us to go to Krishna from there. Because there is the place where you become idle. You become non-existent. You lose your identity. After you finish your quota there, after you finish, you go there like a sunbathing, you just go there, you just sleep nicely, then you come back. Then you only can think about improving, or the only place that you can to train yourself, that means the only place that you can get ready or train yourself to go back to Krishna is only in this place called material world. Like other places, like of enjoyment, the place that you enjoy the Lord, you can never think of God.
Okay, thank you,
But
Prabhu.
if you go to the whole planetary system, which is hell, the pain is so terrible, also you cannot think of God. So in our earth, that's why we are in middle. Above us is enjoyment, below us is suffering. So suffering and enjoyment, there's no way you can, but here is neutral. A little enjoyment and more suffering, so that makes us to think of going back home. Okay, Prabhu? So there's no place.
Yes.
There's no place beyond Goloka. That's it. That's the final.
Okay,
right?
Thank you, Prabhu. Thank you very much. Yeah.
Okay, I think we have another few more verses to go. Now it's the time 8:40, 9:40. If you all don't mind, please sorry. So now let's look at 28. Vedesu yaknesu tapasu chaiva daneshu yat punya palang pradishtam atyeti tat sarvam edang viditva yogi parang sthanam upaiti chadyam. A person who accepts the path of devotional service, always again, a person who accepts, okay, a person who accepts, the one who accepts. That means, accept means what? There's a choice that given to you, whether you want to take it or not. So what Krishna says, the one who accepts the path of devotional service is not bereft of the results derived by studying the Vedas, performing sacrifice, undergoing austerity, giving charity, or pursuing philosophical and fruitive activity. This is something we must understand. Remember, I think someone asked me the day, what happened from the Karma Yoga straight, we jump to Bhakti Yoga. Will we still miss that in between? That is Gyan, intelligent Jnana Yoga, study of the Vedas, and of course, Astanga Yoga. Will it miss it? So what Krishna says, Vedesu Yaknesu, Vedesu, Veda, Yakna, sacrifice, tapas means severe austerity. Danesu, dana means danam, you give charity. Yat punya palam, the fruitive activity. Punyam and palam. Alright? Pradistam. Adyeti tat sarvam idam viditi. Adyeti tat sarvam. That means everything idam viditi. That here. Yogi param sthanam uppaiti chadyam. This is a person who accepts the path of devotional service. Okay? Is not bereft. That means they don't miss the studying of the Vedas, performing of sacrifice, undergoing austerity, giving charity, or pursuing philosophy and fruitive activities. Simply by performing, that means what the word that you use here now, this is very interesting word that I always want you to always remember. Simply, what does it mean? Just, it's not a big deal. Just, simply by performing devotional service, he attains all these, he attains all of those above. Everything that was mentioned is attained just by performing devotional service. At the end, again, Krishna repeat that again. At the end, he reaches the supreme eternal abode. So Krishna is keep repeating. He's giving you so many ways how he can come to you. You do this, you come to me. You do this, you come to me. You do this, you come to me. Don't worry. You don't worry about, don't waste your time thinking about studying the Vedas. Don't waste your time doing all these big sacrifice, wasting time. Don't waste your time doing austerity, try to sit and like that. No need. No need to think about giving charity. All right, doing big feast, giving charity and all this philanthropic, because my luck is so bad. I have to do Annadanam, I have to do this. Don't worry. Don't worry. Don't worry about thinking of pursuing philosophical and philosophy. Oh, that means I have to study these Vedas. Okay, sometime when you have certain this condition, you have to study these Vedas. Study that Veda. Example for my son, when he was born, there's a Sri Vaishnava from India. He's checked his astrological chart and he said he should study Yajurveda. According to his Jyotish, his luck, my son should study Yajurveda. And where? He has to go to the Gurukul. So I thought of sending him to India Gurukul. All right. So I thought of sending him to Gurukul so he can study that 7 years of studies. And the early part, you have to start studying from 3 p.m. From the age of 3 or 4 years old. All right. Until 7 is Yajurveda. So huge. But after that, when I start to realize this, I say, why? Why do we need? We don't need to also do this. Don't need to study nothing. Simply performing devotional service. He attains all these. Imagine Krishna is giving a fantastic shortcut, right? And he reaches the supreme eternal abode. Okay. This is another story. All right. Okay, now I just explained about this one story. Others are okay. Okay, this is a story about Ajamila. Ajamila was a young Brahmana, and what happened? He was so young and he's married to a very beautiful girl. At one moment, he went to the forest to pluck some flowers to offer to Krishna. When he went to the forest, he saw these two low-birth men having fun with this prostitute. So when he started to see the way that man is acting to the prostitute, he got mesmerized. So there can be a question. This Ajamila is already married. Why he got so agitated to see a prostitute? Because the way prostitute act and the way wife acts is totally different. So when he started to see all these kind of crazy things, he was like so agitated, he was so carried away. What happened? He started to he gave up the association of his wife and the family and everything, gave up everything. He went in and looked for the prostitute. So being a Brahmana, always those days the people respect him, and he started to do this. He started to collect money. He started to do yagya and start to cheat people and everything. All right? He became such a terrible person. So what happened? He started to accumulate wealth. He started to have more and more affairs, and he started to kill. He started to do all the sinful act. All the sinful act. He became crazy. Okay. So at the moment, what happened? He was 80 years old. When he was 80 years old, he had a 5-year-old child. Can you imagine? A grand old man of 80 had a young child. Imagine how lusty he was. So materialistic, so crazy. So, and fortunately, the only thing he did was he named the son Narayana. Okay, he named the son Narayana. So at that moment, the time of that, this is Yamadutta. Okay, if you are not seeing what is Yamadutta, this is how the Yamadutta looks like. Can you see or not? They come and throw the rope, tie the thing and pull the soul out. And this is Vishnu Dutta. This is how the Vishnu Dutta looks like. Can you see on the left and right? These Vishnu Duttas. So what happened? So when he started to saw the ghastly form, the ugly form of Yamadutta, this Ajamila was so shocked, he started to scream for his son. Because the son was playing at the side of him, he started to scream, Narayana, save me, Narayana. He named the son Narayana. He said, Narayana, come, Narayana, save me, Narayana. He was screaming and asking the son to protect him, not the Krishna. So when the word Narayana was chanted, even in ignorance, all right, immediately the Yamaduttas came and they stopped this. The Vishnu Duttas came and stopped the Yamadutta. He says, you have no right to take this soul away. You have no right to take this soul away. See why? You have chanted the name of Vishnu, we have to take him back. Imagine, even a sinful person chant out of fear. The Vishnu Duttas came and stopped him. And after that, there was a big fight. There was a big argument between these two. All right. The Vishnu Dutas tried to explain. Do you know he's such a terrible fella? He raped so many women. He married a prostitute. He lived a life full of sin despite being a Brahmana. And you are telling that you want to take him? No. Then after that, he says, no, you have already chanted the word of Narayana. So I have to take him back. So after the quarrel, both of them will go back and see what happened. So, after the quarrel, then the Vishnu, the Yamadutas go back and tell the Yamaraj, why this thing happened? When these fellows start to scream Narayana, suddenly the Vishnu Dutas came, don't want to take him. That's when Yamaraj gives instruction. That's the Yamaraj. Okay, anyway, that's all mentioned in Srimad Bhagavatam. So I just give you a rough explanation. Imagine when you chant Hare Krishna. A person who has sinful as Ajamila, who have just think about all this, killing a meat, killing animal, killing a woman, raping, illicit sex, collecting more than necessary, all the sins that you can think of, you have done. But because when he was young, he practiced bhakti. But after that, he lived a life full of sin. But end of the day, he just named the son Narayana and he simply uttered the Narayana. All the how sinful he was, everything is forgotten. And Yamadutas came, Vishnu Dutas came to take him back home, back to Godhead. This is what it is. So, now, do you think it's worth chanting or not? That's why we keep telling, chant Hare Krishna. I'm not going to get any benefit from this. Right? I'm not trying to promote a product. I'm not trying to sell you something. I'm just begging you. This is what the Gita wants you to do. If you go back home, back to Godhead, it's your life is liberated, not me. Right? But why I am keep insisting, it's worth trying. Because when my Srila Prabhupada sacrificed his life and my Guru Maharaj sacrificed, so what I can do, I'm just trying to do within my capacity to influence you. It's worth just chant Hare Krishna. Don't think about any other ritual. Any other ritual, throw away, right? In Brahma Samhita, in Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 1, Chapter 1, Text 2. Dharma projita kaitavatra paramo nirmat saranam shatam vedyam vastavam atravashtu shivadam tapa trayunmulanam Srimad Bhagavate Mahamuni krite kim va parer ishvara sadyo hirdya vrudyatyatra krutibishu shushubhistakshanat. So how to approach Srimad Bhagavatam? Vyasadeva said, first, Dharma projita kaitava. Dharma means religiosity. Projita means throw. What? Kaitava. Kaitava means cheating. Throw all Kaitava Dharma, all the cheating religious process away from you. Throw it away, jettison. When you're a navy, when you're a ship, when you're a sailor, when the captain says jettison, that means you throw everything out to the sea because the ship is going to sink. They have to lighten the ship. When the captain says jettison, throw everything. Even you have your phone, even your gold bar or whatever. Every of your item has to be thrown out. You cannot say, can I just keep at least a bar of gold? Cannot. It is called mutiny. If the captain finds that you are mutiny, you can be punished very severely in the shipping life as a sailor. But when you scream jettison, throw everything out. So we have to throw Kaitava Dharma. Kaitava Dharma means the Dharma which is make you to become materialistic. I mean, is the Dharma that is materialistic Dharma. The Dharma that is going to make you stick in this material world. And what is the Kaitava Dharma? Dharma, Artha, Kama, Moksha. Dharma, Artha, Kama, Moksha. When you go to any temple, sometimes they used to, when you do Archana, they say, Dharma, Artha, Kama, Moksha. Dharma. Dharma means religiosity. Artha, property. Kama, sense gratification. Moksha, liberation. After you enjoy this four, go and moksha. That is cheating process. That's why they say Dharma projita kaitava. Throw away all this religiosity. Why? Because all these things easily can be, all these things are going to make you stuck. And simply chant Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, and achieve the highest goal in life. That is go back home, back to God. It doesn't take much effort. No qualification. You do not need to be a Brahmana. You do not need to be initiated. You do not need nothing. You do not need to do all these things. Simply chant Hare Krishna and achieve your perfection. Okay. So this is the book that comes under the book called Second Chance. Then after that, he realizes. So all these Yamadutas went and complained to Yamaraj. Why? Why this this thing? And after that, Yamaraj says, please avoid people who wear tilak. Don't go to the people who wear Kanti Mala, the Tulasi Mala. And those don't go to the house where the Tulasi is worshipped. And don't go near the person who chant the holy name of Lord Krishna. So that's the thing. Okay, you can read that in the book called Second Chance. Okay, then after that, after he saw the two commotion, when he start to see that Yamadutas and Vishnu Dutas both start fighting, in between, Ajamila start to notice all that, and Ajamila start to realize, what a mistake has he done. Then after that, he went, he gave up all his association, all the prostitutes and everything. He started to worship the Lord with full attention and everything. So at the end, he left the body and he was taken by this Garuda Airlines, this Garuda with Vishnu Dutas. They invited Ajamila and took him back home, back to God. Okay. And how long does it take? Within few years only. So that means, end of the day, chanting the holy name is very, very, very important. So, Srimad Bhagavatam, we are distributing at only around 500-600. I'm not sure if you're really interested, you can tell me. I can check the price. Okay. I'm not sure about the installments plan, but if you really want, you can talk to me. Srimad Bhagavatam mentions all these things in detail. Whatever thing that you study in Bhagavad Gita is explained in detail in Srimad Bhagavatam. Just imagine this one verse can be one chapter in Srimad Bhagavatam. Very detailed studies. So it's worth owning one. But before that, Bhagavad Gita is the essence and chanting is supposed to be the practice. So take the commitment again, RDC formula. Imagine Bhagavad Gita, the whole place of pilgrimage in the entire universe is in Bhagavad Gita. Now just look at the book. Now you see the book in a different perspective. It is all the holy rivers, all the holy mountains, all the holy caves, all that holy towns, holy villages, right? Everything spiritual is inside this book. Worship the book, adore the book, read the book. When you offer food or water, okay, every day offer tulasi to the book, offer flower to the book, okay? And if you chant Hare Krishna, look at the book and start to chant Hare Krishna, be attached to Srimad Bhagavad Gita and chant Hare Krishna and distribute this book, you can see a huge transformation happen in your life and also happen to the life of the person that you share with. Thank you so much. Hare Krishna. If you have any questions or any comment, you can ask. So sorry for overshooting the time because this topic is so interesting and full of nectar. So I cannot that's why, as I said earlier, in one single attempt, we try to understand as much as we can. So please read your chapter 8. Tomorrow is Sunday. Those who are not going for Sunday program tomorrow morning, please read your chapter 8 by tomorrow. By tomorrow evening, we discuss chapter 9. Okay, chapter 9, the title is, that's going to be very interesting title tomorrow, the most confidential knowledge. It's already this knowledge of confidential. Now we're going to discuss the most confidential knowledge. Thank God it comes on Sunday. So if possible, we try to start early. If possible, please. Because Sunday, I think most of you are free. We start maybe at 7 p.m. We can go on talking because it's going to be so much of nectar to relish. Okay, any questions, please?
Prabhu, this knowledge is categorized in the more confidential, the most confidential, and I think that there is more confidential.
Yeah.
Is it categorized according to the aspect of devotional service?
Definitely. Because the confidentiality starts with how? The confidentially starts with more information, which is not meant for human being, especially in Kali Yuga. Because the person in Kali Yuga is supposed to suffer the consequences of their previous karma.
I see.
So they are suffered. So now in this previous karma suffering, the only selected people are really this kind of knowledge has been revealed. So you are the part of the people. That's why I say it's confidential and most confidential. But in Bhagavad Gita, Krishna Prabhupada just translate confidential, the most confidential. So when we talk about the most confidential, means all this while we are talking about confidential. Yes or not? Then previously we are speaking about confidential, but now we come to the most confidential. That means all these are confidential knowledge.
I see.
Okay, Prabhu?
Yes, thank you.
Okay, Jai Shri Ganesh, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Just one question, Prabhu.
Hmm?
Actually, I heard, Prabhu, like a person who are very sick, who is in a hospital or what, usually, because I heard, need to read the verse of chapter 8. Just
Okay.
I want to, why is need to read the chapter 8, Prabhu? Hare Krishna.
See, when they study, it's not simply read, but they have to study the chapter 8 because the chapter 8 gives you the reflection. Okay, because chapter 8 is talking about how you can attain Krishna in a very easy way, attaining the Supreme. Okay. So of course, when you start to read chapter 8, of course, there is a benefit. Of course, there's a benefit for every chapter that we read. That's called Gita Mahatmya, right? But at the same time, it is also for you to realize you're seeing someone right in front of you so sick or dying, and you're reading. So it also create a good what they call awareness for you that can trigger you into bhakti. That's the first thing. Secondly, when the person who is conscious, and they study this chapter, so they will start to realize, they start to accept the situation. I give you a good example. My father was totally against me. All right, he was totally against Hare Krishna, totally against me in this bhakti. The day that he was about to die, just 2 days before, he was like his mind is going here and there. His mind start reeling because he's a medical man. He knows his condition is going to die. So at that moment, I don't know what to do. I just opened my laptop. I just play him what they call Prabhupada lecture. At one moment, I saw he did that because he went for a larynx operation, so he don't have voice. I said, why? I should have known this earlier. Then I start to realize, oh, I'm surprised. My father said I should known this earlier. Then after that, I start to play him the Bhagavad Gita, the entire collection. You know, there's a Bhagavad Gita where there's a translation and it runs 24 hours. That means just on the thing will keep running. And he was watching and watching and watching and watching. So he was conscious. And after that, his death was quite auspicious. He left his body on Ekadasi day. And the Bhagavad Gita, I put it on his chest. The Bhagavad Gita on his chest. And he left. You know, so according to what I've seen, I heard in Bhagavad Gita, this is what happened. But anyway, I do not want to speculate. It all depends on Krishna. So that's why at the time of that, we need to read Bhagavad Gita to them, for us and everything. In India, you know what they do? You know, there's some people who cannot die. Have you seen? They just cannot die. They know he's so sick and everything, but you keep panting. They say, going to die, don't want to die. You know, because of the desire, strong desire, you just don't want to leave the body. Even the cow, like sometimes doesn't want to die. You know what the traditional Indians will do? They go and read Bhagavad Gita. When they read Bhagavad Gita, they will somehow or other, they become so composed, so relaxed, so calm, they will die quickly. They die naturally. So that because the book is all auspicious. Yes, Sri Ganesh.
Yes, thank you very much, Prabhu. Amazing explanation. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Hare Krishna.
Babu, can I ask last one?
Definitely.
Because just now you were delineate that the parts of bhakti, well, it's just so simple. But how come we always find that that attraction? I mean, if we want to do other kind of religion, it's so much tedious and kind of thing. Yeah, people can go through. But then it's quite find that how come it's a simple process, and yet the attraction is so much difficult.
That means you're asking, bhakti is a simple process, but why we are not attracted?
Yeah.
Because of your previous preparation, your previous karma, your mind is so polluted, your intelligence is polluted. Of course, we cannot agree to this kind of concept. You know, so that's why the natural purification starts. Remember in chapter 3, we read this verse. Do anyone of you got a Gita with you? Durena Hyavaram Karma. Can anyone? I
Yes,
think what verse is that?
chapter 3.
Yeah, chapter 3, text. All of you don't have a Bhagavad Gita in front of you?
Chapter 3, which verse?
No, not chapter 3, chapter 2,
Chapter 2.
text 49.
Or text 40.
49. Have you got that verse?
The Durena.
Durena?
Avaram Karma.
Huh?
Keep all abominable activity far distant by devotional service. In that consciousness, surrender unto the Lord. Those who want to enjoy the fruits of their work are miser.
Read again.
O Dhananjaya, keep all abominable activity far distant by devotional service. And in that consciousness, surrender unto the Lord. Those who want to enjoy the fruits of their work are miser.
Okay. What we can understand from there? What do you understand from there? Keep all abominable.
It says by devotional service, we can, even the most abominable activity, we can keep it.
No. Read again, Prabhu. The says that keep all abominable activity. Abominable activity, all these nasty things, huh?
Or
All
in
the
that
nasty...
consciousness, surrender unto the Lord.
No, wait, hold on. What the it says is keep all abominable activity, all that activity about this material, which is all these pollutant things, far away. Yes or not?
Yes.
Keep it at a distance. The distance is far away. Yes or not?
Yes.
And how? By what?
By devotional service.
Exactly. So when we perform devotional service means we are putting all our abominable activity far away. You understand?
Oh, okay.
You understand or not?
Yeah.
So all abominable activity, you can only keep it far away by devotional service.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. And that means once abominable activity far away means now what is your situation now? You are still clean or dirty?
That body is purified.
Purified. Then after that, what continue? What it says? And
with the consciousness will be purified.
yes, what do you do?
With that consciousness, we can be able to taste surrender.
You have the book in front of you, right?
Yeah.
What it says? In that consciousness,
surrender unto the Lord.
Yeah. What consciousness is this? Pure or dirty?
Pure.
Why? Where you get the purity from?
Because by devotional service, we far distance the abominable activities.
Isn't that very clear instruction?
Yeah.
Very clear instruction. We perform devotional service for what? So that we can have a pure mind and pure intelligence. Okay?
Yeah.
In pure mind and pure intelligence, that means by that you put away all this polluted consciousness, abominable consciousness. Then in that pure idea, pure thought, surrender unto the Lord. Then after that, what he says? Then those who want to enjoy the fruit of their work is miser. So that, in other words, when we start to put away all our abominable, that means in the pure mind, when we start surrender to Krishna, that's when our mind and intelligence is purified. When the mind and intelligence is purified, and that's the moment that we start to have attraction to Krishna, attraction to devotional service.
Wow.
But who triggers that to you? A devotee has to trigger that to you. All this doesn't come by your own effort. That means when you start read Bhagavad Gita, or some devotee should have come and convince you. Now look at this. Yes, you're convinced. Prabhupada, he gives you in the purport, you're convinced. So through this association of devotee and this conviction, we go further. We go further into devotion. Then what is the next step? What is the next step? All right. So sometimes when you see there's no attraction means because their mind, okay, now you understand. If there's no attraction means the consciousness is not pure. When the consciousness is not pure means that means there is some abominable or some impurity that still lies in our head. Right? Even a little attraction means that should. Do you know something, Prabhu? If you can chant Hare Krishna and read Bhagavad Gita, you consider you are a perfect yogi. That means in other words, you have perfected the yoga. In your previous life, you should be a yogi which have done such a severe austerity. And that perfection is simply chanting Hare Krishna or chanting the holy name of the Lord. And practice Bhakti Yoga is considered you are a perfected yogi. It's mentioned in, I think in the book of Vishwanath Das Chakravarti. Because when we start to go deep into this Bhagavad Gita, you can't find the shore. You can't find the land at the bottom. It's so deep.
Yes,
Very
Prabhu,
nice.
because yesterday you mentioned that this Chaitanya and the Srimad Bhagavatam and the Chaitanya Charitamrita all together actually is in the Bhagavad Gita purport by Srila Prabhupada. So I never know until I thought this is only a pre-study only. Then suddenly I realized, yes, the purport of Prabhupada also got mentioned Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and all this. This is concise. Everything is in the Gita.
Definitely.
That is amazing actually.
Yes. I'm so happy, Prabhu. You have taken the point.
Yeah.
Wow.
This is everything is here. So what is more valuable than all this?
Exactly. Wow. Today when I started this class, I was extremely tired. I think you all should have noticed me. I'm extremely tired. I lost my voice. And I see, how am I supposed to do the class? Already I canceled the morning class. How to cancel the evening class? Okay, just pray to Krishna. But now it's worth it. It's worth it. When you can come up with this kind of realization, what is that more interesting and more exciting, more rewarding when a devotee can come and appreciate the Bhagavad Gita and the Prabhupada's purpose that is beyond words, beyond money, or beyond anything. Thank you so much, Chao Prabhu. You made my day.
You enlightened me first.
Huh? What is it, Prabhu?
Because you have enlightened me. You really wake up a sleeping soul.
I know. Prabhupada did that, Krishna did that, and your previous birth karma, because you are the chosen one. You are the chosen one, that's why you're here. I am just speaking, I'm just talking. I'm just reminding my own self. When I read this, I'm just reminding myself, hey, look here, this is what you are talking to people, so you should practice. I'm just reminding myself. But in the heart, the Chaitya Guru, the form of Paramatma in your heart is giving you the intelligence. Because you are continuing from your previous birth. If not, like can Prabhu. Even imagine the Indians itself don't want to accept Bhagavad Gita. Even to approach Indians for Bhagavad Gita is tough. And you are Chinese. You know, even in Indian it's hard. But how about you Chinese? You know, when you can take it and appreciate Bhagavad Gita, that means you are extraordinary. All of you are here is very extraordinary. You know, I'm so happy and I'm so grateful that Krishna allows me to associate with all of you here. Because all of you are such a great soul, and it's my great pleasure that I'm associating, I'm rubbing shoulder with all of you. I'm very blessed. Thank you so much, Prabhu. Any other question? All okay?
Yes, thank you, Prabhu, for your effort.
Okay, Prabhu.
Really appreciate.
Yeah, Prabhu, it's a bit late, Prabhu.
Thank you, Mataji. No, now I have to go fetch my dog. 10:30. Okay, so with that, it's a great pleasure. I had a good time associating with all of you. We meet again tomorrow night. Okay, please come. If possible, try to be class early. Okay, please share in the group, WhatsApp group, how much you have benefited. At least people will listen to the recording. Hey, why everybody saying something? So there's something there. So please say 1 or 2 words and encourage them. Please don't miss to hear this recording. At the same time, tomorrow, don't miss the session. I'll see, because tomorrow I've got a Sunday program in the morning. I should finish by evening, then afternoon. Then after that, I have some preparation for Bhakti Sastris. There's some exams coming up. So we will, I will post in the group. Okay, but not 7:30. We'll try to do a bit earlier. With that, Thank you so much. Vanchakalpatarubhyascha kripa sindhumevacha paditanam pavinebhyo vaishnavebhayo namo namah. Hare Krishna. Have a beautiful night.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Hare
Thank
Krishna,
you so
Prabhu. Thank you
much.
very much, Prabhu. Hare Krishna.
Prabhu and Mataji.
Ranga. Hari Bol.